I'm in love
Micah.
with Toothless's stupid children.
Reach behind the soundboard, hit the power switch off and back on again. We're having
Like they
trouble
do
with
the
that on
stupid
Wednesday.
little cat arches.
No,
It's really just
I
my
never
sister
did.
is.
Oh, you
And I
forgot.
just
Oh, you
I
actually
love
okay.
them. Wide-eyed.
I thought we misplaced it
No.
because
They're
we've
so
moved so
I
much
love
shit.
them.
We need to come up with a better organizational structure for when we are like when we end. We have a place to just put everything properly. So it's just like, oh, this is Nin stuff. I know we have those shelves. It's just we gotta figure something else out.
We don't do that.
And then when you're trying to be a
don't
tough
know.
dad, but you know
Maybe?
full well what you
What?
the bullshit you would do just right out into his children, but you gotta look tough for the wife.
What?
I'll have to use
It's a
these.
cute shirt box.
Oh, are we live?
Thanks.
I like the pink.
I don't know.
Jacket
Are we live?
thing. Yeah, we're live.
Thanks for telling us.
I wish I wasn't alive, but here we are.
Oops. No, I didn't say all live.
Honey, will you do the thing for me?
You didn't say which thing.
I'm equally confused.
I don't know either. What thing?
Thank you.
Oh, that thing.
Hey, didn't we have a long lighter in here somewhere?
I ate it.
Sure didn't.
It was delicious.
I'm pretty sure Jake did bring a long
Sure
lighter up
did.
here for us.
There's a possibility that I took it out because I needed to use it for reasons that I don't know.
If Taryn is here, I hope you're wearing your t-shirt.
Can't believe Taryn got the second best t-shirt.
All right.
What do you mean the second
What
best?
do you mean the-
Fighting words.
Got the... Is it wrong, or it's not wrong to blame the weapon, or whatever that shirt
One
says.
does not
What-
blame
why
the
is that
You don't
the
even
second
know what the
best
shirt is.
t-shirt?
Because the
first-
the nerd pride one is the best one.
No. The first best one is...
Sorry,
I
No,
have to
I'm
spell
sorry.
fix
That one's
this.
at least fourth.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
I have sales stats.
I have art by Sarah Sid on mine.
I have art by the other artist who did a very good job for that shirt.
Wow, I'm glad that you know the artist's name.
Jake has told it to me like a dozen times, and I always forget it.
It's because, unfortunately, his name is a little bit generic. It's Zach Smith.
That
Oh,
is
that's
actually
very
incredibly generic.
Wow.
I hope that that's the different Zach Smith than the one that bullied me in elementary school.
Irony if it wasn't.
Or the
What?
skater
My-
bro from fucking high school.
My childhood bully was named Zach Smith.
Oh, it definitely isn't him.
And the skater bro that no one
Was
likes.
he also bullied
No.
for being a nerd?
No. But he's the reason I got into Dragon Ball Z.
This doesn't even...
Oh
This is a
no.
bird.
The dubious honor
It's another bird.
of getting Jake into anime.
Jade!
Jade.
That is a bird.
Jade's here.
How these don't even have stats on them. They're just birds or animals. That's a cat.
Bird.
That's a cat. I've got two of each animal.
Can't lean over it.
I'm fucking Noah here.
Everybody go buy the Nakane shirt.
The Nerd Pride shirt.
Bird.
Yeah, that's a good shirt too.
I don't know what that is. Is it a bull?
Can I assist you? I just like that we have a random following with the NRA for that shirt.
What?
Wait, what? Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
What?
Oh god,
People that are very pro-gun really do like one does not blame the weapon. Oof.
Yikes.
was not the intent of that. Yes, dear? This is not a good time to just throw in an NPC.
Come sit with
I'm
us
sorry.
anyway, though.
You-
I
you-
need more
I
water.
I thought you were handing me a drink, and I was like,
you need
why
to
is this
ask
so
me that
that's
like
not even a drink?
yesterday.
Honey,
Go sit back.
can I have a thing? A Mike's Hard
Yeah.
Lemonade.
There's none left.
I will sit here and
What a gentleman. I think I'll keep him.
Shit, I don't even want to keep me.
Oh. Yeah, I do want to keep you. You're going to fix my brakes here when your back heals.
And when you
You
remember
missed.
the Jack. Nice.
Oh, that's so delicious.
Oh, he forgot.
You know, I used to not like Mike's Hard Lemonade for whatever reason.
Oh.
I used to not like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yep.
And just like
I
recently
have
I've
not
just been
set
like,
that up.
yes. I think it's because I don't like the original Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh.
Because it's too bitter.
Do you like why I have swipe?
Can you guys help me with Discord?
Yo, bitches, we been playing D&D.
Are we?
You gonna make it?
No.
No, not you. I don't care about any of them. One of those ones.
All of you can go fuck yourselves.
Sounds like way too much work.
That's a lot of work.
I agree.
Okay. I'm glad we have this.
Never mind, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Actually, I don't have enough drink to fix that.
Apparently Olaf is 5'4".
Just did that.
I want to see that so bad.
Okay, but apparently Olaf is 5'4".
Okay, Olaf is the same height as my sister. That's horrifying.
He's the same height as
Wait,
me.
are we talking about Olaf from Frozen?
Yeah. He's 5'4".
5'4"?
That makes Elsa a fucking giant?
I was gonna say, so everybody in Frozen is like 15 feet tall.
They are ice giants.
I mean, Elsa could break me.
Ayo.
Hey.
And of course, in this post, they're comparing Elsa's height to Thor, which makes that funnier.
Yeah.
Hey.
You'd be like, yes, a strong woman.
Oh, God.
Finally, one who will not break.
Yoo-hoo, big blow sail.
Yeah, how big does that make
Family.
Odin?
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Because he's like big.
Wow, Otto's just going for you.
We should go see that movie, Jack.
Yeah.
I will see it again.
I'm so surprised. You see a Disney movie multiple times? Never.
A couple times.
Yeah.
What in the fuck?
My mom stole that from a restaurant because she thought it was funny, and then she gave it to me.
So she stole a spine pen from a restaurant.
Yep.
I am a bit concerned about the restaurant that
Um,
has a spine pen.
I
They
mean,
serve
it was from a waitress. My mom stole a waitress pen.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. But
That
I know
is a lot
I
like
know
what
it
my back
wasn't-
looks like, except mine does it that way.
I know it wasn't the waitress's only pen because she grabbed a bunch and threw them on the table. So
Well,
it was justifiable.
It's weird.
I'm totally prepared for this session.
I had
welcome to
Tales from the
a pen that was like this.
All right.
It had like a finger.
Makes
So,
more sense.
it is time for announcements.
Please.
Tabletop Loot, Humble Bundle, Nerd Store.
We play D&D.
Get the fuck out of my
I'm
house!
here.
Katie's here.
Why? I still have your salt in front of me.
put it away.
Because you're a salty motherfucker.
That's why I gave it to you.
Stop eating box of salt. Actually,
I'm not in. Don't try.
Or
How much?
Vox.
I'll give you $1.
$1 for a tablespoon?
A tablespoon? That's not worth $1.
You wouldn't have to give me $1.
I know we wouldn't.
I'll do
Look
that.
at that
too.
french fry all covered in salt.
That sounds
All
Just
right.
ate a tablespoon of salt.
Welcome to Tales from the Tavern. We're a bunch of nerds who play D&D. Oh hey, give me
And
the
consume exclusively salt.
me.
give me my AC die.
Katie. Raise me.
There's a rubber band. Give me back my AC die.
What?
What?
I need that.
No.
It's mine.
I need to shoot at the rats when they're being assholes.
No, don't shoot the rats with rubber bands.
Don't.
I'm not going to
Seriously,
shoot them
we've
with
established.
rats.
We don't put it in your mouth. You don't know where that's been.
It's been on this table and just about nowhere else.
It's been in his hand.
No, it's been a table at our house as well.
Oh, I really hope that was caught on camera.
Hey Jake, what's that thing in the middle of a room that usually has a fire in it called?
Brazier?
You did it!
Yay!
I like 4 or more.
It was a 50-50 shot,
It
okay?
was really funny. That actually came up during the Magic stream on Wednesday.
Oh,
We
good.
lost that episode though.
Yeah, we lost the VOD for the episode that Yas was here for. Because I forgot that it was my job to push the episodes up to YouTube, and then I left for a week to go into the woods. So
That's sad.
it's into the ether, and I apologize.
Forever. Like dirt, sand beard.
That's.
It's just whenever we have guests.
I messaged Jas and I said, I have one of your dice. If you want it, come get it.
We'll just have to get Yas back here for
I
another
can't believe
episode.
you weren't here for Yas.
You would have had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Vox.
Wait, were you here for Yas?
I was here for yes.
Oh
You
yeah.
weren't here for yes.
I know.
Fucking goober.
What did you just call me?
A goofy goober.
Well, welcome
Okay,
to. Oh, hey.
Stop
My friend
trying.
made that for me.
Did that camera get bumped?
I don't know.
Cause
Katie is
Katie's
kind of
gone.
No, I
gone.
can still see the edge of the table.
Katie's
Katie,
kind of gone though.
because Katie's skull is.
That's
gone off.
because you guys are not you're not sitting at the center of the table. You're sitting about 8 inches
Ninda's
apart.
taking up the entire table currently.
There you go.
Come on now, son. We're tiny, tiny people.
That-
This way, not this way, but this way.
God
And
damn.
really, if you two are gonna be sitting over there, you two should swap. Because right now, Katie's mytholial.
That's fine.
It's good. It's fine.
Just move Miss Dolial over. This is where I sit now.
That's not how that works.
This is where I sit now, though.
Yes, but when there's only 2 of you at the table,
That was never told to me. I needed to know that.
Maraka's gone
Well-
forever.
you and I discussed it because it was fine because there's only 2 people on the side of that table normally.
Yeah.
If there's only 2 character cards there.
Well, being that I'm not playing and I'm not always going to be here, I think it's fine.
It's really not a big deal. I'm just being made into one.
Anyway, let's drop this subject and move on. Like I've been trying to get to the announcements. God damn it. Every fucking week.
Every time.
Damn it! I didn't cock it enough. Right in the neck. Alright, so to start off, we are sponsored by Tabletop. There are valuable things behind me.
Like a brain.
Alcohol.
I say alcohol.
I was gonna say you hung your mouth open long enough. I was waiting for something to fly in and shit in there. Yes, we are sponsored by Tabletop
You
Loot.
should have the weirdest romance.
We're sponsored by Tabletop Loot. We'll buy stuff from them.
That was my tit.
If you go to the
Tat.
table, God damn it!
Hey boy.
I have a gun.
You brought this upon yourself.
Ow, I flicked myself.
Use your nail next time.
If you go to Tabletop Loot and enter Taylor's Tavern, that's capital T at checkout, you will get 10% off your next order of dice. They are wonderful people. And
I was making it rain.
Oh my god, we're just chaotic shitlords today, apparently.
Today?
Especially today.
damn it!
But that is good. That one actually doesn't make my anxiety.
Yeah, because all you hear is the click and then,
Yeah.
then it's... Well, I felt the sting.
Yeah, like your wife.
We are also a partner with Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle. So there's some
Alana!
interesting stuff going on in Humble Bundle right now. They actually introduced a new subscription service that's a little bit more expensive than monthly. It's still a monthly fee, but
Okay.
it's called Humble Choice, and you get to choose 9 games a month that you keep,
Oh.
as well as gaining all the other perks of Humble Monthly. Instead of getting a 10% discount on the Humble Store, you get a 20% discount on the Humble Store.
Dang.
I saw. On top of that, I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but that discount you get from Humble Monthly, that's across all games, even if they're already on sale. So if you see a game that's on sale on Steam, it's guaranteed to already be on sale on Humble Bundle, plus 10% from a monthly subscription.
And then 20% for the
Well,
new
you
one.
can't have both Choice and Humble Monthly.
Well, that's what
It's
I meant.
not. It's not 20% on top of that. It's
No, because it's 20%. It's 20% instead.
yeah.
So if it's
So-
on sale, then it's on sale, and if you have choice, then it's also 20% off.
Yes.
Wow, that's a cheap way to get games and support us.
Yeah, and the fact that you get to choose 9 games to keep is
That sounded like sports.
It is
pretty nice.
Yes. By the way, what's the current bundles as well?
Bundles, they've got 11 bundles going on right now.
What the fuck?
They've got a games bundle called, it's the Yogscast Jingle Jam that they do every year. Cybersecurity 2019, data science, a Sonic the Hedgehog bundle.
Neat.
Music and sound effects, it's a mixed bundle. I'm assuming it's software and books. They have a Pathfinder comics bundle. 2D animation software bundle, making music books bundle. A 5e Orcus Holiday Horde books bundle.
Did you say Orcus?
Yes.
Orcus is the demon lord of undeath.
Yes.
Love that.
Merry
Same.
Christmas.
Merry Krampus.
And then their last book bundle is just called Brainwave.
All right. Oh yeah, Yogscast is the people who brought us Diggy Diggy Hole.
Wasn't sure if you knew.
It's fun. Hi, Alana.
If it was a little slower, that would be our first dance song.
Oh.
These pants are way too
I'm sure we could talk sound designer Jeans into slowing that down for us.
But it would be a nightmare scape.
Yeah, you hate that song. I know, because I got the Snapchat when I was still working at Carrabba's of them waking you up using it.
Did somebody die?
They
Almost.
did.
Cuke Boy Slim said, "Damn, hotter Markiplier, pass that hookah to someone else."
Okay, I took it.
Markup, I will take that as a goddamn compliment.
You've come a long way from weird Johnny Depp.
I forgot about that.
Wait, the hat's up there. We could probably fix that.
Yeah, I did hang the head up.
You look like Ollie Thorne
Now,
from Philosophy Tube.
I don't
Code nerd.
I love Ollie Thorne.
I don't think we have any other announcements.
I think that our nerd checkout didn't work.
What do you mean?
No, that could be didn't fucking around. Never mind.
Rose.
All right. Whew.
He's been here for a while.
Have I?
Now,
Yeah. These big ones you just have to like get used to. Sorry.
does anyone remember where
Nerd
we
store.
were last?
Nerd
Oh,
store.
right. We have a nerd store.
Yeah, and somebody finally bought the best T-shirt.
Not quite the best one.
We've got a few really good shirts. You've got one. You've got one on currently. Keep calm and polymorph.
Jake has the exact same shirt on.
No, I don't.
Oh, you both have keep calm shirts on.
I put this on this morning because it was.
I told him
D&D
that he
related.
had to go change.
Except I don't.
A few other custom shirts. Not all of them are campaign specific.
No, we do have a Nerd Pride shirt, which is so far one of our most popular ones. On top of that, I'm in the middle of actually getting samples for tank tops and sweatshirts for the Nerd Pride shirts.
Oh, I am so gonna get a hoodie.
We're waiting to put those on the store until I get the samples in to make sure that it's at the quality that we enjoy and that we prefer. And then once that happens, we will let you guys know that it is on the store.
Can I get Nerd Pride booty shorts?
Oh, yes.
I don't know if Printful makes those.
I'll find out.
I know Printful does leggings.
I know one thing they do is iron on patches, and I can make my own booty shorts that are Nerd Pride.
No.
All right.
Partly because I don't want to see you walking around the house in booty shorts.
Booty, 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 record everywhere.
It doesn't
God.
matter. Michael Sheen made that his
All right.
goddamn profile.
Right.
That's pretty much
Feral
it.
energy of
Someone
this
was asking
man.
for a recap.
Oh.
Okay, no, that's Michael Sheen inside of Damn It in its mouth. Michael Sheen made it his profile picture on Twitter, the feral idiot. I love him so much.
Oh, man.
You know,
God damn it.
I'm lost in this. I'm just gonna.
Booty shorts
Yeah.
look nerdy instead of juicy.
I just.
Whew.
I
You know what I'm
would
feeling as well?
Rose, but
Like
I'm
I
way
fell
over
down the
here.
stairs.
He's
You
been,
did
he's been doing this. You'll find
All right.
bizarro
Jake,
edits
there is a
of him
book in that Orcus Humble bundle
Oh.
you need.
things
What is
and
it?
just make them his
Crypt
profile
of the
photo.
Science Wizard.
He's all excited about this.
I gotta get it. I just lost money. How much is it?
Daily
For that
inspirational,
tier,
like, or
$9.
funny or whatever.
I gotta get it.
Chuck
I just
humor
lost $9.
text messages.
Oh, no.
You
He
invested
set up like a fan
$9.
phone number for people to
And
just
And
Cheers.
really, at that point, you might as well.
Concept
And he's
study.
just like, I hope you
And
have
really,
a
at that
great
point, you
day.
might as
And
well
it's
go with the
just like,
$19 one because it comes
I
with
think,
2
like, maybe
creature
sometimes he'll
codexes
actually
at the
respond.
$18 level.
And sometimes it's just like,
Oh,
hey,
no.
hope you're doing great.
All right,
Merry
so
Christmas, Hanukkah,
I get it, but I
whatever you
already all know.
celebrate.
Alana says hi.
Except for the crypt to the
Shrug.
science wizard.
recap time.
Even though I have his actual phone number.
Woo.
They okay, so last week they had started out mid heist. They had made it into the labyrinth and they were going through various trials. Well, they managed to get through the last of them. And they got into the vault where oh yeah, they also met a Ladrin who had been lost.
Oh, this is new to me too. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
Recapping, that's what.
I forgot I wasn't here last session.
Clean your glasses a little bit.
They're fine.
Yes, so, they met an Eladrin in the labyrinth who had gotten lost, who happened to be associated with Cynthia. She had been sent here roughly a month before the party did.
It's your flavor, Katie.
And, so they proceeded through a few other trials. The last one was the funny mouth trial.
Nobody licked the tongue though.
I tickled it.
I licked everything that was on the tongue.
But you forgot to lick the tongue.
Yeah.
Once they got into the vault, they went to the various. They found the lock boxes that were associated with the items that they were looking for. They stole the items and then had to make their getaway plan,
It was fine.
which was
A joy.
yeah, casting invisibility, setting off the alarm, letting the guards rush in, and they rushed out.
It's good.
Somebody went back into their BDSM gear.
It wasn't my fault.
Because there was an anti-magic field on the way out.
Well, I mean, it was the same one that was there on the way in.
Yep, that is true. And then the team basically scattered until they made it back to Cynthia's place, where
Is the water low on
I just filled it.
where
Any more and it would fill the hose.
that? It just seemed loud.
Any more and it
That's
fill the
because
hose.
it's not the noise canceling ones we have at the house.
maybe we should invest in a noise canceling thing for here.
I wonder
Those diesels
if
aren't too
Sally's will
expensive.
have a sale on the good ones.
I can't show my face in that shot for a while, so you're going.
Yeah, I heard.
The
What
American.
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. We have to pause. What?
So we went to Sally's and the boys were out doing something, so they left one of their friends there. But their friend locked the whole store, but the open sign was still on. So Erica called to see hey, did you guys just forget your open sign? Did you run out real quick? And she's like, hey, is this Sally's? And the guy goes, who's asking? And she's like, somebody that wants to buy shisha? So he ended up letting us in, and their card machine was down because he closed the store. And
Apparently he wasn't supposed to let anybody in.
he let us in though. And then he had to call one of the guys, and you could tell that they were like, so what do they look like? And he's like, no, they're American.
No, they're American. Oh no.
And I was like, oh, the white girl's here.
Oh, all right.
Them damn
So
lights.
he put one of the boys on speaker, and once I started speaking, he was like, "Oh, hey, Erica.
Like-
All right, here's your total. What's your card number? Cool. I'll send you a receipt." I'm like, "I'm gonna drag you tomorrow if I come in." He's like, "That's fine. I expected it."
God.
No, they're American.
I was just like, "Excuse me."
That's hilarious. All right.
Trash.
So, D&D time.
So long.
You guys are in Cynthia's shop. I don't think she had given you your
She
guys'
had-
reward yet.
Just given it to us.
Yeah,
and
just
then-
given
She
it
given
to
you the
us.
letter.
Mhm,
Yes.
And the wish coin.
Okay.
Yep.
And we kind of went, okay, we need to go home.
Now,
Your part is so powerful.
It's my natural card is actually way over here.
Whoa. Sounded like it felt good.
Your middle part, though, right now is
Uh-huh.
powerful. I didn't realize you had a little widow's peak. I'm sorry.
That's because I'm balding.
Yeah, I'm graying.
Just trim it really short and become
It's okay.
a
Jake
vampire.
has one too, but his is a bit rounded off.
Yeah.
You have very pointy widow's peaks. They're like
Katie
angular.
has like almost Vegeta style.
This
Just not as.
Yeah.
not up here.
I want a widow's peak.
I do not have one.
Me either.
My dad has one.
We're just all
Anyway,
talking about hair.
Okay.
so you guys are inside Cynthia's shop. She just gave you the letter of recommendation, or the invitation to see the Princess of Spring, and a single wish coin. I don't think there was anything else she was supposed to give you. No, you guys did everything else. It is, and I think around this time, Leaf Lake shows up.
Wow, guys.
Dicks?
No, that's
titties.
That's titties. You guys left titties outside.
That's right. I forgot about Leaf Lake.
Oh, hey, Leaf Lake, did you finish what you needed to do?
Yeah, I heard a commotion in town.
Yeah, shenanigans happened.
I
Sounds
was
like
guess-
somebody broke into the bank.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, something like a few tieflings, and
Can't imagine where they'd see one of those.
yeah, I wonder. You might want to
Yeah, we're leaving.
change that.
I can't exactly change my skin. I can't exactly peel it off.
Well,
I know some people.
I'm
Well,
kind
actually,
of fond of the intimidation factor of the horns.
if you
on
do
my
a little
hand.
like boiling, skin comes off the meat real nice.
But right,
When we go out in public, let me know and I'll see me you.
Got it.
right now, you don't want to fight
Oh, wait, I can't do
all
that,
of the
yeah.
town guards.
That's fair. Cool. We'll find out what I would have looked like if I had been born how I should have been born.
what do you mean should have been born?
I'm gonna make you look like an Eladrin.
You know, closer to what Mom looked like. You know. Before.
That was intense.
Did she actually say that?
Yeah.
Wow, Nakane's really calming down. Joking about her mom being dead and shit.
She's just kind of like right now, like we robbed a bank. No, I don't think she actually would have said that.
I was gonna say she's on an adrenaline high.
I choke slammed a guy twice my size.
There you go, Hotter Markiplier.
All right, so
Hey, how about reincarnating her? 'Cause then you
No, I'm
voted
sorry.
as a
I have to
different
step out for a
species.
second. My mom needs to
Yeah,
talk
but you
to
don't
me.
get to choose the species. She might
Yeah.
just end up as a tiefling again.
That's unlikely though.
Maybe she'll be a different color tiefling, though.
Hey, if she's a different color tiefling, she's harder to convict.
Especially if her horns look different.
not sure too many people know the difference between the tieflings. They just saw two tieflings and are like, holy
She's
shit.
purple. That's kind of a giveaway.
Just like, damn, they
Really
horny.
sucks. I can lean as far as I want to the right, but I'm
But
like
not this way.
I
right
love that.
here.
I love that Tell was like, I am 8 feet tall and I'm going to crouch and try to creep through the crowd. His horns are just like.
It's just it's jabbing people in the shins while he tries to go.
It's like seeing the dog running through the field and all you see is their tail.
Yep.
That'd have been even funnier if that's all you saw.
With tails.
It's just
And
a
tails
tail
tail.
sticking
Tails on
straight up.
all fours.
Yep.
Tails straight in the air, whipping around.
All right, so whenever you guys are ready to go, I can take you to where we need to go.
Probably best we wait till it's quieted down a bit, huh?
I don't think it's gonna quiet down much.
Well, that's a good question. But you guys were in there for quite a while.
Yeah.
How long's quite a while?
Cynthia told us it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I want to hear him say it.
I think 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Everything okay?
Yeah, my mom wanted to know what I was doing on December 29th, your family Christmas, I already told her. But she has an extra ticket to the Green Bay Packers Lions games and wanted me to go with her. I don't.
Yeah, you've always been into football.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the
God.
only one.
I mean, to be fair, Erica's mom wasn't really into football all that much when I met her either.
No, and now she is.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Should
like,
take Jake's mom.
That sounds.
I don't know who.
I
No.
don't think that would be a good match.
I don't know who your mom roots for.
Probably the Lions.
Then they get along in that regard.
Yes.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. My mom
They
went
do
off the
both like
deep end.
drinking.
My mom not so much.
Your mom can DD that.
I don't think anyone wants to DD for that.
No.
Not if my mom's going and my brother's going and his girlfriend is going and mom's boyfriend
Well, Josh is fun to hang out with.
Anyway,
or Gabby's going. I don't think I'd want a DD for my mom and my sister. And my
so
sister-in-law.
D&D instead of talking about drinking at a football game.
Yeah, that's a little bit strange for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the only fun thing to do.
Sorry, you're completely throwing off our target audience.
D&D instead of DD. Yeah.
All right.
Dungeons and drunks.
Well, if you're going to use illusions anyway, it might not be a bad idea to kind of slip through the crowd and while it's crazy. But if you're planning on going out, without illusions, yeah, you might want to stay undercover for a little while.
You
we
need
could
like
use
mom.
illusions.
Either way works.
Anything anybody needs to get or
Out of this realm.
Can you give me a new hand?
didn't you
No.
sacrifice yours with magic?
Should you right?
Right?
The druid
That's not
box
how
of
that
spells
works.
is gone.
What spell were you casting
That's
anyway?
all of my additional spells.
Yes.
Your wife?
No.
Wait, you like suggesting he summoned his
I know
wife?
this is only vaguely related. I wonder if I have a fork attachment for my.
Like a whole mess kit of attachments.
Oh my god! Just like an attachment for the end of
Catch
it.
it!
This is like flip a switch and a fork pops out. Put it back. Flip the switch, the spoon pops out.
He's just got a Swiss Army knife attachment.
Okay, but if that's what is the case, he was also dumb enough to put a screwdriver attachment so that he could do work on it, and then went, ah, shit.
There's something wrong here.
No, it's like you know those Swiss Army knives where the toothpick pops out. You can take it all the way out. It's just like that. You can take the screwdriver completely out.
You can't
That was the
now.
second iteration.
Those toothpicks are really, really strange to me.
Yeah, I don't know who would actually use that.
Yeah.
And then put it back and then use it again
Use it
later.
again.
If you're in the woods for a week and you don't have access
Jake
to
immediately
toothpicks-
starts defending it.
We found out who uses it.
Listen, you got something stuck in your teeth and, you don't have actual toothpicks for like 10 miles.
A knife.
And your
Come
car...
on, Jake. I thought
Not
you
a
were a
knife.
true outdoorsman.
A
Why didn't
knife.
you make one out of a bone?
A knife.
Or just splinter some wood.
fuck it, just use my knife.
No!
The scalpel.
Oh.
If I were you, to use the microwave. Because it's sitting right in front of the microwave.
What microwave when you're in the woods?
No! He was warning me.
Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot that's where I put it. I don't know why I
Do
put
you
it there.
have the other rest of the box of druid cards back there? They were on the table at one point, then you played magic and they're gone. Or are they over there?
They're probably over there somewhere.
Door.
It's not very specific.
Are they purple?
No.
No,
They're
they're
green.
barred.
I'm seeing decks of cards beside that person that's not looking.
What?
There we go.
What do we need?
Green.
Druids.
I've got martial powers and graces, Xanathar spells.
Like, I know I've got something to potentially help, I just don't know where they
Those
are.
are the arcane.
Yeah, these are all arcane.
Okay.
Jesus.
Hey, that's the printer.
Hey, there's a printer there.
Well, they were somewhere.
Okay.
Never mind.
So dandy.
So nonetheless, if we're leaving, I'm going to cast Seeming.
Here, I've got something you can use.
I look like a very short Eladrin.
Yeah, we don't have.
Which is 7 spell points.
I don't know where the druid spell thing went.
And I need to roll a d20.
Might be back here with me.
How is it was just the flat roll, right?
You get to add your spellcasting ability score, I believe? No.
Modifier.
Yeah, spellcasting
So,
ability modifier.
A 20 off a level 5 spell.
I have to... Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. Seeming.
There's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see them both of them?
Yeah, I can Seeming up to 8 creatures, a dozen creatures.
Can you seeming him to have a hand?
I could.
Why though?
I don't know if they still are a one-handed man. They might as well have two hands.
I'm seeming you into average-looking Eladrin.
Here's the thing, though.
Hell yeah.
It's still
Average.
subject to
Perfect.
illusions. I'm not going to actually have a hand, so the first time I go to use one of anything that I have attachments
Don't
for,
shake someone's hand.
shake with the right anyways,
There you go. You
jackass.
don't have a problem. Just don't use it.
A tube son.
Yay. Alright, so you cast Seeming. It goes off. These two appear as fairly average looking. I'm assuming you're going with the spring Eladrin. Instead of,
Winter.
winter or summer
Can't even tell if I
or
can-
fall.
Although, if you wanted to seeming my
Shit.
armor away, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
You guys do have to take all your stuff with you now.
I don't know if I can do multiple illusions like that.
Let me see this.
Oh, so
Shit,
so you make them look like the exact same Eladrin?
Yeah, because if that's the case, you'd make them look like the same Eladrin.
One of them can wear a hat or something.
I mean,
I'll wear
probably
it.
not uncanny.
Yeah.
They're twins.
You
Yep.
give each target you choose a new illusory appearance.
Oh. So I make
The spell,
Makai
and it does specify the spell disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment. You can make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear thin, fat, or in between.
Okay, so
There is
you're
one-
both male Eladrin because I can.
There's only one thing that you cannot change on the appearance of Grim, and that is the Magebane sword.
I mean, he
You
can't
look
touch
like
it
you're
either.
wearing
Just don't touch the metal on the
clothes
sword.
from here.
I hope he's wearing clothes.
We look like we're wearing clothes from here.
We
Make
are
me
wearing
look a
clothes?
little pretentious, because then I just look like I'm a pretentious fuck carrying a sidearm.
No, that's actually kind of normal.
Yeah, pretentious fuck carrying a sidearm.
You also don't need to be pretentious fuck to carry a sword.
Yeah, but a lot of people are a lot less likely to ask me about a sword if I'm pretentious.
You
It's
know
all about how
that-
you look and carry yourself.
then just carry yourself like that.
Good to see you getting the practice in now, though.
He has beautifully coiffed hair.
Alright.
I realized
Probably.
when looking through that book
Pretty sure it's
that the
cloth.
spells
It's
in the
probably
player's
cloth.
handbook
I don't
do
think
not
it is,
tell
because
you
cloth
which
is
class can use them underneath
a
it.
different word entirely. Although it is English and
No,
it could be
they
So I
pronounced
need
the
to
same
go
way.
look it up.
It looks curly.
Okay, so the disguises are all set.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Leaf Lake. Alright. Let's head off. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. And thank you very much. I hope your meeting with the Princess of Spring goes well.
Me too.
Me too.
What are we asking for again?
Who was paying attention to the plot?
Available on our store.
The plot? Holy shit, how much do I need to spend on that?
I think it's about $20.
God damn, you get the entire plot?
Well, you can get it for free on YouTube.
Ayuda Thank you.
Parts of it.
Most of it.
Oh, whoops, no, I don't need that. I don't need to give someone fleas.
Alright, so Leaf Lake is going to direct you through Oberon City. And you guys are going to arrive at a gate that you guys have yet to see. That you have not yet seen. And by the gate, there are several guards who are just standing there, just kind of looking about the crowd. They seem to have been posted here to try to catch anyone who's leaving. As you all approached, they go, "Hold up, just a second. What's your business leaving?"
I'm glad that they can understand them.
Heading
Yeah.
back to the material plane. Well, at least for us. We don't look like Eladrin.
Yeah.
Escorts.
Alright. Leaf Lake kind of flutters over, nudges you. Show him the thing for the princess.
Oh, yeah, that letter.
We have to stop here first.
One of the guards' eyes kind of go wide. That changes things.
Yeah.
hold here just a moment, and you see him pick up a stone. You
Stone.
guys recognize this?
I have one. Yes?
Words, Jake.
That doesn't
words.
help. That doesn't help you.
No, I was saying I have one.
Yeah.
Because I can.
And he kind of turns to the side and speaks into it. If you really care to hear, I can explain it. But if you don't,
I mean, I can hear.
yeah. Mostly, he's asking them to bring. There's a word that doesn't seem to translate right. It doesn't translate very well, but it sounds something like cart.
Okay.
And you see this very fancy carriage kind of pull up. All right. Well, this is for you to go see the princess. This is the
It's like a palanquin.
this is the easiest way for you to get there.
That's what I pictured.
And yes, it will take you to the Palace of Flowers.
Appreciate it. Would you continue guiding us?
Of course.
Leaf kind of floats along with you. And you guys enter in the carriage. It is very cozy in here. The seats are very plush. There's on top of that, the inside seems a little bit bigger than you thought it was.
Is it a TARDIS?
They're on the inside.
There seem to be just enough seats for all of you. There's even a few window seats, if that makes sense.
I mean, 2,
Yeah.
4.
4.
All right. You all get seated, and the cart starts to move.
Box, please.
So, world building question.
Yes.
What is the cart being drawn by?
The cart is actually being drawn by some creatures that you guys saw before. They were the very large deer-looking things
Okay.
Oh, I love
that
We'll
had
add more later.
Oh, the ones that had multiple faces.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Still love it.
Can I have one?
No.
You can try,
And
but I will warn you, they are not
and
beasts.
Here and here.
I don't know. They still like carrots, so.
I know,
All right,
rare.
so the cart begins to move, and you guys have some time before you make it to the Palace of Flowers. What do you guys talk about before you get there?
So, what's the plan?
I don't know. You guys.
You're the one with the wish coin, dear.
We followed you as well. I mean, children.
Why were you coming? Why did you need to speak to the princess anyway?
I shouldn't be a snake.
Oh, wait, we're going with that now.
Oh. I will remind you, as the DM, because it has been a very long time since this started.
Yes.
The original reason you came to Rivertan was to
the
Missing children.
was to save a bunch of missing children because Cirrus asked you to. Cirrus, the god of chaos and trickery.
He sure did chaos me.
But also the god of children, basically, so.
Is that all
Basically,
yours?
the patron god of yeah.
Like, it's not on his
No, like,
title, but
from
it might
Jake
as
for
well
the
be.
game.
He sure did chaos me.
Because
These are my
kid,
bags.
And
kids
trick
like
her.
kids like to trick people.
Is this mine?
I don't know.
I've got mine right
How,
here.
how much gold do you have?
Remember what your purse was, damn it.
Compare it to what's in there.
I didn't know that this was a thing.
Oh
Yeah.
I
yeah,
wasn't
Be
here
the-
when you
Oh
handed this out.
yeah, Box wasn't
Oh,
here.
that's your money.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
The only problem is that that's meant nothing so far while we've been here. So
We've been betting amongst ourselves.
I haven't,
Al-
because
also-
I've only got 1 coin.
also you
And
kept
they
also you kept giving money to the Dalen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did
So
you
it,
get-
it has meant some things. Cross table bets, changing of hands.
The 1 coin I put says 10,000 on it.
Yeah. You can exchange for some things, but I don't have a.
You don't have enough to exchange a 10,000 coin for.
No, I might need to get more coins.
I thought you were going to anyway.
Maybe.
That means yes.
I gotta work on it. Okay, they're not entirely cheap. All right. By the way, this is an opportunity for you guys to sit and roleplay and talk about
Children.
what you're doing and what the heck's been going on.
Well, if I remember right, we came here because
Children return to
You-
Rivertown.
because the Rivertan children fiasco with Aberline.
I'm not sure if they can be restored now, though.
I will find out. I mean, it's been a couple of months, so that does not help us. But yeah.
Well, it's been a couple of months
here.
out there or here.
A couple of months since we were
Yeah,
asked
who
to come
knows?
here in the first place, since
How
the children
long
went missing, and
we've
that
lost
thing.
being in here. I never told my wife I was going to the Feywilds.
You're a fool.
You may be divorced.
Shit.
She might think you're dead.
I mean, you could ask someone to pass a message on for you.
From here?
Yeah. I've been doing that the entire time.
You have?
The problem
Sending
would be the
stone.
sending stone.
Elduin,
He just hasn't been responding.
he's being an asshole about it. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Listen, I'm right. So we get back to the material plane, he gets all the messages at once.
Anyone who looks outside the window of the cart, you guys will notice it looks like it's summer. When you guys arrived here, it was spring.
So that could be 1 day, 2 days.
An hour.
That doesn't tell us shit.
We know how this place does not work.
There was something that was specifically mentioned. That was
That
specifically
she's keeping
brought up.
power when she shouldn't be.
No,
No.
let me finish.
Oh.
The one thing that is consistent between Elithron and the material plane is that the seasons are always the same. When it's summer in Elithron, it's summer in the material plane.
Okay.
Okay. So we've been gone for
Yeah.
a month or two. That's
Yeah.
not too bad.
So there's 1 day between each of the seasons. They're significant for the different courts of the Fae, and effectively those are always the same when it comes to time scales and stuff.
And we've
between
been
Elithron.
here for 2.5 weeks.
Longer.
Well, before we went into the bank.
Yeah,
We've been here like a month and a half now. And
yeah. So things have progressed a little since you guys have gotten in here.
that's fine.
So are we younger now than when we left? Like, had we stayed on the material plane, do you think that we've only aged
We
the
haven't
amount that
gone.
we've been here?
We haven't gone back yet. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to comprehend
I
time
know the
travel at this point.
I mean, I'm already a year younger
How
than
do
we
you guys
started
not?
out.
Oh, right. You guys aren't from. Okay. Well, no. You guys haven't gotten younger. You just haven't aged as fast.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, you're
It's-
always aging.
It's like
That's-
saying it in a weird way.
That's why you guys are fucked.
I mean,
That's very kind of you, Leaflake.
Hey, you're all mortal.
yeah, and
I'm immortal until proven otherwise.
until drowned in honey.
I see.
If that's how I go, I will die happy.
Or drowned in titties.
They don't know about titties.
No, Leaflake does.
Yeah, we
Oh,
exposed
we
him to
took
a
those
cream-filled titty.
Right.
Those titties, yes. The other ones, not so much. That just sounds like smothering.
Yeah.
I feel like real
Depends on
Jake
who you-
would be okay dying drowned in honey too.
I don't know if you would actually drown in honey.
Asphyxiate in honey.
Yeah, I feel like it's too thick to like
Is it-
actually.
Is it kind of like amber?
Yeah.
Isn't drowning
Also
just getting
depends on
fluid?
the kind of honey.
Isn't,
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't drowning just getting fluid in your lungs? And
If you're under the honey long enough, it's gonna get
Technically,
into your
drowning is
lungs.
a form of asphyxiation.
There's
Yeah.
such a thing
Asphyxiation.
called dry drowning,
Yeah.
where your throat will close up to make you or to avoid you breathing in the water, but then you die because you can't breathe.
But you can breathe because you're underwater anyway.
The
so
human
it's
Right,
body-
it just
the human body is a fascinating thing, and how many ways we can die.
Sort of like how you can go blind if you get that one parasite in your eye because your body goes kill it, but it also kills everything in your eye. Yeah.
Katie's like, why are we talking about this?
I really like parasites. They're
Jake,
really
The
cool.
real world is much more terrifying than anything you will ever come up with.
I don't know that
Is
owl
this the
with
first
the
time
human
you've heard
face.
about the
No, I
Okay.
See, the funny thing that you say about that is I take a lot of my inspiration from the real world.
In One Piece.
Yeah.
Shush.
He said that he was gonna leave the other night and I turned on a video about animals with weird teeth and then he was there for like another half hour.
Yep.
He's
Yeah, that was.
definitely asked me how serial killers work because I listen to so many serial killer podcasts.
That's because women like 3 things: cooking shows, murder mysteries in the Arctic, and true crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
Not
missing
wrong.
one there. Anime.
Not
No.
all. Not all. It's not consistent.
No.
All women
That's
like
not-
true crime.
Yes.
Yes.
All AFAB people also like true crime.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do you listen to last podcast on the left?
I do not.
I'll have to write that down for you.
All
That's
right.
a true crime podcast. It's
So
very
I've heard
D&D.
about it.
very good.
So D&D.
Unless you guys have anything else to discuss, we will fast forward, or you guys travel for some time.
I wonder if she'd just revert the children and de-sneak me.
I don't think we have
I think you're gonna get
plans
one
for
thing.
that.
Unless you want to, swear servitude to another fae.
Another fae.
There was Leafy Boy. Flower Boy, that was his name. Flower King. We didn't quite swear to we owed him a favor.
Was it? Yeah.
Favor.
It's me, I exaggerate. Get used to it.
Bless you.
Been, what, a year?
There's a lot of things you guys could potentially offer.
I wonder if she'd just let me come back later.
I mean, hey, it's not like she's gonna die anytime soon.
Any suggestions
I
on that,
think-
Leaflake?
I think Myth is the only one that doesn't completely despise the Feywilds.
Tell doesn't really care that much.
When discussing with the Princess of Spring, she's usually pretty open about what's available.
Okay.
Helpful.
Not like the Flower King.
Ooh, what?
No, the Flower King is completely subversive and trying to take over everything. So,
This is
the Princess of Spring kind of has,
Star Wars?
domain over all of the Spring Court.
that's
So,
what I know.
She's a little bit more straightforward.
yes and no. It depends on who she's talking to. With a bunch of mortals, I mean,
You never know.
What are we
she's
saying?
gonna outlive all of you. So,
That's fair.
What are our lives to her, I suppose.
Oh no, I think that much less.
Yeah, exactly.
Less
I think
time.
that Nerdlebot is still sick.
No, it worked when I did Store Command earlier.
It's not working now.
No, Katie misspelled it.
I misspelled it.
Oh, never mind. Good job, Katie.
I knew there was a
Too bad it's allergic.
vowel in there.
Too bad it couldn't have
You
set
can also
off
do
fire.
exclamation point world, and it
You're
does the
not
same
wrong
thing.
there.
Well,
I'm a
you know, I was
long-time
trying to do
paladin
it
for that.
incognito,
Oh,
but here we are.
Nothing. Let's get you unsnakified.
my recommendation is make sure that you approach the Princess of Spring knowing everything you want.
Children.
The children back and
To make you
Specifically,
not a
the
snake
children
anymore.
of Rivertown, because otherwise we'll get a bunch of random children, I'm pretty sure.
could be fun to get all of the children back. Flower King could.
I feel like we'll
comes
get a
back.
bunch of, animal children.
Then we would have to worry about also getting them home.
What
We
if
don't
they
know where
just
they
get
all came
returned
from.
home?
If they just sort of
Oh.
back home.
Like with the thing in the snake place.
Oh, that doesn't work like that here.
Do you want to adopt 187 children?
So let me get this straight.
You would have a whole
I
army of
vanish
thieves.
for untold amount of time, and then I show back up with 100. That might actually get me out of vanishing for a few months now that I think about it.
Hey, look what I found, honey. Can I keep this?
It's like a Christmas present.
A whole army of little thief slaves.
They're not slaves.
Wait, then what are children?
I have the least.
What are they? What are
I have the
children?
least amount of experience with children here.
Listen.
I
so-
don't
I
really get
tried
to
to go
say
there,
either.
but
I
you
went
just
to
have
a
kids to have
mentor
slaves.
and sat there and cleaned her house and did her cooking.
Let's see. You either assert your will over the little children, or you send them away to a home where they're given to a different master. How is that not slavery?
Am I the only one that's
think I
actually
broke
raised
Fox.
children here? That's scary.
Okay.
Yeah,
do
you're
you
the
wanna-
only parent.
Yes! That's my great-granddaughter. What do you think I raised children?
I don't know. I thought that you just left.
No. I was a responsible father.
You're not a very
Are you
responsible
sure?
grandfather.
Oh yeah, you can also
You
abandon
can
them.
throw out responsibility
That is
when you're a
true.
grandfather.
Those are the ones we usually catch.
Case in point, Bill.
You didn't throw out responsibility. He's been doing that since the 60s.
I missed something that was completely unrelated to D&D.
Yeah, but once they get to a certain age, then you can help them get into even more trouble, and then they'll just...
632.
Wow,
Make
you're
my
older
makeup
than me.
crease.
Great.
You're gonna
But you might actually be older with the way the time passes here.
No.
I'm on a camera. Do you want my makeup crease?
No, not really.
Okay,
The seasons are the same.
true. How old are you?
Like 300. I kind of lost exact track. I just know it's somewhere in that ballpark.
It's okay, that happened to me in my 20s.
Counting's
How
hard. I
old
know.
are you?
63?
You're the youngest one here.
We're probably closer.
No,
How
I-
old are you?
30 something? I never wrote it down. Like early 30s.
Okay. Tell's 36.
God damn, you're old.
Nakane's the baby of the party, 25.
I'm going to live
Katie's
longer
joke.
than
I wave my sword at you.
you.
And you lost your Eladrin disguise as soon as you did that.
Well, no, I'm holding it's in a
Did
sheath
you
right now,
show
so I'm not
us?
actually talking.
No. Just waving it at me.
Hey, Vox?
Not this stuff, just this.
That's a
It's
cousin.
till in the morning.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, hold on.
just let me get it. It's just all fucking like wrapped up in his horns and shit.
Oh.
So he probably braids it actually.
Brushing your hair with horns.
Yeah.
Especially
Jake has a hard
Nakane's.
enough
Yeah.
Getting under the ram bits.
I don't think there's a brush that you can do that with. You'd probably be close. You probably have to use a comb for everything.
Prestidigitate it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Would prestidigitate actually comb it?
Well, it works for like parlor tricks, so I assume you could use it to look at.
Because I know it cleans it. I know you can clean instantly with prestidigitation.
I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna
gosh,
see if you can
can I
brush your
have
hair.
Mage hand? Mage hand, work out the snarls.
I imagine like Bailey's saying, like prestidigitation does like small parlor tricks. I imagine it could like actually.
Detangle your hair real quick.
It works like that in Adia with Gussie Up.
This isn't a deal.
I clipped the children's slaves comment. Oh my god, it was so good.
I mean, ask my parents. That's exactly what they thought.
I will kill you.
What?
Oh, you guys missed out. I said I'm not a conservative redneck. I don't just have kids to have slaves.
The tea!
It's even funnier the second time.
I said
That's
that
why
to-
I was cackling earlier. Nobody could figure out why.
What's in that, Jake?
Fireball.
How old is that fireball, Jake? No, it doesn't have fireball in it.
What?
You ran out of fireball. You
Yeah,
put the
it
Hellboy
has-
hell water in
It
it.
has hell water in it.
You are right, it's empty.
Would you like more hell water?
Jake,
Hell-
there's a lot of that hell water missing. Are you okay?
Oh, I took it to Gen Con.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
And a
you
bunch
took
of
it-
people drank from it.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, well.
Really, that's what makes you concerned is that I have an almost empty bottle of alcohol.
We getting real in chat tonight.
So, yes, children from Rivertown back.
What's the princess like?
Oh, she's really nice.
And she's like, what, 10,000
What?
years old?
You don't ask a woman her age.
I have
I'm
no
not asking
idea.
the woman, I'm asking the...
I just did. Well, I mean, you're a snake. Does that count?
Also, I asked your great-great-grandmother her age.
What to make sure that you... Never mind.
I was thinking it too.
Were we about to have a pedophilia joke?
I think it's the discussion of...
I mean, we have to cover all our bases. Our most viewed clip is an incest joke.
I think it's
So,
also
hey.
part of the discussion of, if an elf's over 200 and their partner's a human that's 30, is that still fine?
No, because they're adults.
Yeah, they're
Yes, but you keep on giving me shit for that. Especially
Listen,
with Nindendamia.
listen, my character was 20 and they got married.
He was only 200.
Anyway,
Which brings up an interesting point about Dragonborn, because they mature at like 14.
Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
It's bad when
That's
Box
enough.
is the one putting down the nope, we done now.
That's enough. I mostly just
Don't-
don't want us to get assaulted by aunties on Twitter.
Don't be the Wizards of the Coast Twitter account.
Yikes.
Woof.
Big 'em yikes ding dongs.
Big 'em yikes, ding dongs.
All right.
Ouch.
There were some questions that you guys were starting to have for Leaf Lake, and then
Nope.
Yeah, we're done.
I had a sort of question. Mostly for you more than anything else.
Okay.
So they were talking about like the ages of the princess and stuff, right?
yeah.
Must ask
We've
me.
talked about Tell's coven mate, Aemon, before, who
Yes.
grew up in the Feywild
Specifically with the
Winter Court.
Yeah, with Matt.
Would Tell have gleaned anything about like the this is really stupid and just for like roleplay time, but would he have gleaned anything about like how old the or like how that sort of process works? Are they like ageless to the point of like when the
As-
Feywild was created, they were created as the essence of whatever season, or
As far as it is understood, because they are really old, the current knowledge about the heads of each of the court, because it's not, because the title of princess is the closest thing in common to what their word for her is.
right,
Princess is not the actual title; it's a translation issue.
right.
So, each of the different heads, as far as anyone knows, they've been around since the gods created them.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Cool.
and that's the most everyone knows.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
You may find out more today.
Neat. She's much older than 10,000. She has probably existed since the Feywild came into creation.
That's what we're told.
Okay, does anyone know how long ago that was?
Asking an ageless deity.
All
for
the
a favor,
lie.
Basically. Basically asking an ageless deity for a favor.
I mean,
That is essentially what's happening.
Cool.
is it?
Yeah, we've had so much good luck with that so far.
We've done that once before.
No, that was doing an ageless deity a favor.
No, the other one. The one that we can't talk about.
The one that 3 people at the table know exclusively about.
Yeah, exactly. 4 of us.
You asked to get beat.
Oh, great.
No, only 3. You, or Farron, Nakane, and Meth are the only
Okay.
remaining members of the original party.
3
argue
characters,
right now.
4 people at the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The
No,
phrasing
act-
was people at the table.
I-
You were there!
No, I wasn't. I had to work that night.
Yes, but you were there in general for the entire thing before that. Don't you do your I disappear bullshit on me.
No, that was when I was playing Popo. I wasn't there for that.
You know what I'm saying.
You got crushed by a crystal golem.
Fucking Driftwood.
Sweesh.
Alright. Wow, there was something going on.
There was a slavery conversation that...
I think that we're ready.
I think we're ready.
Thank
I think that we asked
Okay.
our pre-game questions.
Cool. My brain just stopped dead, and I had no
Set up
idea
your
how words
CDM.
work.
Wait, your brain started?
Saw that coming.
The second he looked down, I was like, oh, he's gonna shoot him with a rubber band. Nice. Ugh.
No, you're right in the throat too.
Good.
It's better than getting the automatic Nerf gun out.
Oh,
'Cause
God.
then I have to pick all the balls
Frankie
back up.
helps you find them.
Frankie helps hide them
Yeah. There's a difference between find them and hide
in
them.
my
That
shoes.
that thing is surprisingly loud.
Yeah, I know. I got greeted at the frickin' back door at the other house with it.
I don't know, what's louder? Jake
Hold
with the
on.
automatic Nerf gun, or Gareth kicking down the door and screaming praise the sun?
Praise the sun. But that was literal shouting.
I need to go.
All right.
His devilish power is held in his extra toes.
I love the toes.
All right. So, the trip goes on for a little while longer. There's a certain point that it's fairly safe for you to drop seeming.
Probably about 8 hours in when Seeming drops.
Yeah, about there. If you guys want to, you guys can take a short rest. It's not quite. We're not quite to the point of you can take a long rest.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sure, I'll take a short rest.
Where are the spell recovery?
Might as well.
Yeah.
The spell recovery rules on a short rest you gain.
Hang out
How
for
about the
a
druid thing?
moment.
That gives me different things. We have that written down as well.
That's our hit die, just one.
I think so.
I think it just doubles your short rest rule.
I'm slightly healthier. You going to bed?
No, I just thought of a craft idea.
Okay.
Oh,
Have fun crafting.
I'm going to. I did.
Do you need your whiteboard?
Yeah, it just doubles it.
No,
okay.
I'm good.
Okay, then we can go.
Yeah, so it's your spellcasting ability modifier that you get back.
Mhm.
You also
Oh,
get
no, the computer's gone.
your Constitution modifier back in health.
Do you need
Oh,
to charge it?
never
Pause it
mind.
when
No.
you do.
So
I wanted to
get
rest my
10
feet on it.
back,
Oh.
spell points back.
Yes.
I hit my feet on it really hard on Wednesday when I sat
And
down
you
to
were
play
like,
Magic, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah. In case I didn't say this, there is a missing metal D4 somewhere in this room.
A mystery.
It had to be the D4.
I don't like this game.
I posted this as a picture a while ago that was a one-image horror story.
Yeah.
I thought that you, like, built that scene, though.
Steve
No,
did.
no, I literally have no idea where it is.
Oh,
It's around.
I don't like this game.
This is a concern.
We did come in here and play games, and so far, nothing's happened.
I don't like this game. Your druid ones are right down there.
Oh, so there.
Oh, there's the druid card.
Toby, if I put his nose, it'll come out.
You okay,
I can
Erica?
put his chin,
Huh?
it'll go back in.
I'm spaced out.
Yeah, I just watched.
Okay. Right. You guys are headed to Palace of Flowers. I have to pull a description out of my ass.
You could pull it from somewhere else.
We have been doing this campaign for how long?
Listen, I didn't think we'd get here as fast as we did.
Did you think we were going to spend all of tonight in the cart with no alcohol?
No, but I was more concerned about other things.
If you want
than
us to stay in the cart,
descriptions.
get us alcohol.
Mm-hmm. We can.
We can draw this out.
Yeah, if like the coachman wants
Well,
to funnel us things.
Just let me do it. It'll happen. We'll figure it out.
Are you sure? Are we doing a thing tonight at the mid-roll?
I hadn't planned on
Okay.
it just yet.
I just wanted to check.
Yeah. All right. So,
I'm not good at rubber bands. They stress me out.
figured.
Dear,
I see people do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one that gets shot.
Or me.
That one's gone forever.
Yep. I'll have to get another rubber band ball. All right. So the cart continues along down this well-worn path. As you guys look to the front of the cart, there is a small window in the front where you notice there is no driver.
Oh,
There
It's
has
just a living palanquin. Just hanging.
well, no, the deer people are bringing us there.
yes. There are actually 4 of them that are pulling the cart.
Okay.
Because any less, and they might not have the strength to do it. They are pulling the cart along, and in front of you, you see a massive wall. It is covered from bottom to top in vines. At this point, you can tell that in certain areas, these would be almost covered in flowers. But with it being the summer season, a lot of them have kind of closed up. They're not as active. And you pass through this large gate. It looks like it's made out of living metal. And as the cart approaches, the gate just kind of opens on its own. And the cart goes through. Beyond it, you see this massive citadel structure. It appears to be it's made of stone, but all over it you also see this arrangement of vines. At the top of some of the towers, there are larger plants Only one of them appears to be open, and it's a massive flower that sits at the very top. All the other ones are closed up.
Is it one of the... Where does it have multiple petals, or is it a rose?
This
Thanks,
in
Frankie,
this
for the
particular
compliment.
case, it is much more. It's like a rose. It's not exactly a rose.
Multi-petaled.
Yeah, it's the multi-petaled flower actually has a huge variety of colors. So within itself, it's almost a rainbow of. It's a rose if each individual petal were colored differently.
Oh, so you pull out the paint dropper tool and that's
Sure, yeah.
just all there.
Not going into the specifics of Photoshop. In the very before you guys reach the actual citadel, you pass by row and row of what appears to be a hedge maze that surrounds the citadel. You pull up, and in front of the citadel there is a fountain. At its center there is a very beautifully carved image of a woman wearing a long flowing dress, and from her hands is where the water's kind of coming out. You've never seen this woman before. The cart pulls around to the front and stops. You guys do not have to open the doors at all, as a small... Hold on, sorry. An Eladrin comes down the steps of the Citadel and opens up the door for you. They're wearing very formal clothing in bright spring colors. Greens and yellows, and some light blues. And they just open the door, they don't say a thing.
Am I underdressed for this?
I think we all might be. Thank you.
I'm not. Because I made you make me look nice.
It's been over 8 hours.
That was a challenge.
Yeah, you all look
The same.
your normal selves.
Wow.
Unless you have some kind of illusion magic that you can use. Like, BDSM gear.
Now it's more summer colors
No,
instead
it's just BDSM gear.
That's summer.
I mean, you wouldn't look too bad at it. Your armor is literally brand new, so it probably looks like it's a very...
Well, it's more pastels now instead of those brighter colors from the city.
Like, you probably look like you're wearing a, kind of similar to a dress uniform, but armor.
It's clean, is what you're trying to say.
Tell is in his normal black leather clothes.
Leather pants.
The exact opposite of literally everywhere
Literally
you've
everyone
been.
else, yep.
Of everywhere you've been so far.
I mean,
Yes.
Farron's got his,
Welcome,
his
Telemann,
greens and
Stormcrow.
browns and the mask.
You fit in the most naturally without having to use any sort of magic.
He's wearing the mask still, though. That
That's
mask that
That
looks
probably
like...
fits in pretty well here.
Well,
Yeah.
what does it look like?
Wooden mask with the likeness of a beast.
It's of a undefined beast's visage. It just looks like animal.
Yeah, that probably fits in really
Yeah,
well here.
probably.
Yeah. All right.
Hi.
So the door opens and you all are let out of the cart.
Well, we're here.
I don't like it. It's too fancy.
Oh, we're here. Come on.
Leafly goes, "You are literally at the Palace of Flowers. What did you expect?"
I grew up in the desert. This is still new to me.
This is a lot of plants for you, isn't it?
Yeah, not since the fucking jungle.
Hey, Forrest.
Well, you've been our guide. Lead the way.
All right. He comes out of the cart and takes you up to the front door, where as you walk up what seems like way too many steps, the front doors just open up before you, and you enter a massive hall. It's got a chandelier hanging above that isn't actually attached to the ceiling. In fact, a lot of it is just kind of dangling there. Hey,
Really?
good thing that's Grimm's character sheet.
Yeah, no shit.
Glad you put that on the paper and not that nice felt-lined rolling box that Katie made for you, though.
And it gives it character.
Hey, it actually burned out the one thing we don't have anymore.
Well,
What's that?
The Helm of Telepathy.
You're right.
I thought it was flowers, not flowers. Where's the baked goods?
So I have this.
Where's the baked goods?
Rolls for initiative.
You asked for it.
Alright.
And he's out.
Well, this one fell back here, so I can reload.
One last shot.
I'll have to get the rubber band ball at the mid-roll.
Or you could not.
The items return
Or
to the
I
sender.
could.
So D&D.
Yes, so D&D. I was trying to describe the Grand Hall. So yeah, the chandelier, it's got all of these crystal pieces and floating light gems. And it's just hovering there in several, completely suspended, each individual piece on its own. Rotating in different ways and different layers. Making the room kind of sparkle.
I didn't expect a colorful magic disco ball, but here we are.
There's a breakdancing Eladrin in the center. No.
His name is Steve.
You know, that would
We
be...
suddenly hear.
Opa Gundam style.
Oh, it was either that or a really thick German accent.
God.
You know, that I don't even think that would be even the strangest thing that we'd see here. Like, if that was actually a thing that was happening. I
And
think
Barbie
the,
girl starts playing in
Yeah.
the distance.
Yeah, I think,
Oh.
I think the party would just go, and just keep going.
The Eladrin have
Funny
Das
story
Boot.
about Barbie Girl. Did you know there is a video of me and Matt on the internet floating around of me and Matt and about 5 other guys driving in a van and singing Barbie Girl together?
Amazing.
No music in the background.
Just singing.
We just knew all the words to Barbie Girl.
You know more of the words than I do.
I don't anymore.
No, I'm sure if you start singing, you'll remember it.
We ain't gonna try it.
We'll get Matt down here, you'll do it.
Alright.
Matt and some beer.
The carpet leading up to a large set of double doors is very intricately woven. There appear to be several strands that have been woven into it that that when you first look at it, you think it's an optical illusion. But then you realize that certain strands are actually changing colors. There's depictions of several fairy-esque figures on it. More of a design, nothing that you guys would recognize as anything important. There's a few set of stairs that go up that Leaf Lake does not take you towards those. It's taking you straight down the Citadel. You guys reach the far end of the hall where the next set of doors opens on its own. And you guys enter another hall, but this time it's got a large table with several chairs lined along it. All right. Hold on. An Eladrin comes out from a side door and eyes you for a second, blinks. You see him begin to think. And you hear in common, "Oh, welcome. Please, have a seat."
Thank you.
I apologize if my my common is a bit rusty. It's been some time since I've used it.
It's better than our Sylvan would be.
You're fine. It's surprising to hear.
Well, please have a seat, and we were just beginning to prepare dinner.
Oh no.
How do they know that we were here? We were coming.
The walls have eyes.
He's used a sending stone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you missed that bit. Also, the walls have
I
eyes.
thought that was from within the city, not directly from...
Here to the court, yeah.
Well, that's how he called for the carriage and let them move.
from the city.
They sent a royal carriage.
The
They don't just have that like as a taxi
The-
sitting in the city just
the
in
sending
case.
stone on the same plane has no limit to where the receiver is.
That carriage showed up really stupid fast.
It's almost like it's Elithral, where distance and time mean nothing.
I thought it was from the city. I used logic and Elithral. I'm so sorry.
I used logic and Elithral, I'm sorry. fantastic line for this.
It's worked really well for me so far.
There's our next T-shirt. I used.
I used logic in the plane of the Fae. My bad.
Just I used logic, I'm sorry. You don't even need anything other than that, just I used logic, I'm sorry.
It usually works better for me.
In the material plane, you'd be right. But yes, please, have a seat. We will, dinner will be out shortly.
Is it actually safe for us to eat this food?
Yes. We've been eating food from here the entire time.
As purchased.
Leaf Lake goes, what are you doing? Sit down.
Mikade would sit.
Leaf Lake just kind of hovers and lands kind of... He doesn't sit on a chair, he kind of like sits on a cup.
Why isn't Titties here?
I miss titties.
You guys left him in the city.
Yeah, we told him to go bugger off when we were robbing the bank because we didn't want to turn him invisible or into a gas cloud.
But he didn't come back.
He'll probably come back tomorrow because it's not been a day yet.
You guys can see him tomorrow. When you go back.
If we remember.
Yeah, we might be dead.
Well, why wouldn't you go back?
So that city
Yeah.
with our tieflings?
I mean, that might be a problem,
That's
but
her fault.
you
It fell right into the tongs.
you guys have to return back to where you came from, right?
Yeah, we came through the portal through Oberon City, so we need to go back.
That's the safest way.
Good.
The safest way.
She just mentioned her robbing the bank out loud in front of the Spring Princess court official. No, he left.
He's still
So
And we just said tieflings. We didn't say
we're
with the
going to
tieflings
take
that
the
robbed the
Spider
bank.
Queen's half back, yes?
No.
Isn't it quicker to just go through the thing?
Do you really want to see the flower king?
I don't want to see
We don't have to
him.
stop and say hi. We don't kill any children.
We could always see the Spider Queen.
Do we not? After what
Is
we-
there a better way back where we don't have to see anybody?
Hey, Leaf Lake, do they like each other?
who?
The Flower King and the Spider Lady?
Oh, nobody gets along with the Flower King.
Great, so if we pissed him off, she might like us.
I mean,
That's a fair point.
we
I feel
could,
like this place thrives on the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
we could go that way,
But I still might stab them.
but you'd have to stop and see the Queen of the Spiders.
Would we have to?
It would be rude not to
Yes.
say hi.
Okay.
It's the Spider
That's how
Queen.
you get eat.
If you pass through her domain and you don't present yourselves,
Bad news bears.
What does presenting yourself entail?
Acres.
That I'd rather.
saying hi.
I would really like him to go, what's a bad news
I
bear?
mean, we don't need to bring a gift or anything, is what I was.
No,
Good.
Big on yikes.
not usually.
Oh,
Only if you really
Yikes.
intend on getting anything out of it,
okay.
or if you piss her off.
And considering that we're
He's
not
not
dropping
with us.
well, considering we're not dropping off the thing that we were kind of supposed to the Flower King, I'd rather not pass through the Flower
We
King.
paid that
That's
off, though.
fair.
Yeah, like
No,
violent.
he's
Not
still
to
not,
him.
not to
No,
him.
we paid him a wish coin.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, we did.
Yeah, you guys actually paid
Like, we have
To-
that settled.
to get all of that cleared.
He's
Yeah, but we still
agitated.
wanted the item.
He's agitated because he didn't get what he wanted, but the deal's been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we went through the Flower King's field already. No, my idea. We're going through the Spider Queen's forest.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
the
your
Spider
idea.
Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't want
wasn't
to go
saying
through
we
that
don't go
field
through the
again.
Spider King. I was saying we did settle that deal. We're not just ditching on the fucker and then going to have him track us down later.
Still might.
No, he won't.
The Eladrin returns.
Do
And
whatever.
he's wheeling a cart out, grabbing several plates, setting them in front of you, and pulling up the coverings that are on them. You guys see an array of dishes, mostly consisting of plants. Some plants you've never seen before.
I'm gonna try a little bit of everything.
I was going to say,
Why
I've
not?
tried everything once and it hasn't killed me
I
yet.
know generally, as a rule of thumb,
I-
it's not a
I
good
can't
idea
be
to take
poisoned.
food from the
Neither
favorite.
can I.
We're invited guests, so I feel like that's.
Yeah, bad taste.
And there's also the thing of
Yeah.
the two people who are immune to poison were like, yeah, we can try it.
I mean, I've got.
I've got a good constitution.
He's like, we're immune.
I've got a
What?
good constitution and a +5 from the paladin.
And before it's some magic
Yeah,
bullshit.
you still can't get drunk around me.
You guys see Leaf Lake eating out of the dish that was presented to him. So if Leaf Lake is eating
Actually, what you got there, Leaf Lake?
a plant,
A plant.
Hey Jake, you ready for some rapid fire world building?
Yeah, let's find out what these plants are and what they taste
What's
like
this
and what they
called?
look like.
I'm sorry, it doesn't translate to the common tongue.
Okay, but what do they taste like when we eat them? I'm not asking that as a question to the
Yeah.
guy. I'm asking that as I eat it.
What
Yeah.
What
color
does it
is
taste
it?
like? Damn it!
Did you hear what this
Plants.
There are
Salad.
plants of many colors
Damn it!
on here.
Are there fruits?
There's a few, yes.
Vegetables?
Plants are usually vegetables.
And fruits.
And bark. Are we eating bark?
No, you are not eating bark.
Okay, 'cause that's actually a thing we can
It's not. It's not. This isn't.
There's
And
nothing that's like pine needle tea, is there?
No.
Okay, because
That-
I'll hard pass on that.
That would be the fall court.
We're not like chewing on cinnamon sticks.
Hmm?
We're not chewing on cinnamon sticks.
No, these are a lot of they're not plants that you would get like during a fall harvest or anything. These are plants that would grow more rapidly.
Flowers are scarier than spiders. Must still be in the Feywilds.
True.
But yes, so the different plants you eat, there's a wide variety of flavors. Some of them are very sweet, and you notice the ones that you're tasting that are sweet. You see Leaf Lake kind of
Going
through it and picking those out and eating those. Some of them, some of them have a very intricate taste to them. There's like some that are bitter, but then have a different aftertaste to them. None of them are incredibly displeasing to eat.
Interesting.
Some of them you assume you have to live here to truly enjoy. But
Primarily, none of us die.
yes.
Can there be one that the longer you chew it, the different, like every time you chew, a different flavor comes out, like Willy Wonka style? With
Oh,
No, it's the
Amazing.
Feywild. What?
One of the fruits does that.
okay.
I can imagine a candy of theirs would do that too.
The fruit actually changes color in your hand.
Is it like a mood fruit?
Sort of, sure.
I'm trying that.
Super low voltage.
That one the tastes change through.
how does
Like
anxiety
hot
taste?
What color is anxiety?
Yeah.
Purple.
And I put it like way down too, but mine are
We both immediately
a
went
box
for
is
it.
a lot stronger than a pen.
Both the
The Eladrin says, "How is the meal?"
It is wonderful. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. Is there anything that you would like to drink?
To be honest, water sounds just fine.
Seeing her in general, I
I'd
can't
love
find a
some
good
wine.
way to sit.
I know that
I
feeling.
will see what we can do.
Yeah,
anything?
actually,
Anything to drink
what
for?
do you
the rest?
normally have as drinks?
Well, there's a variety of teas that we have that we mix with honey,
Ooh.
and you
That's
immediately
fine.
hear
Sounds good.
you hear Leaflet go, "I'll have that."
I also changed my order. Tea sounds delicious.
That sounds wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
I'll have some water
Oh,
and some
like-
tea, please.
What about some honey mead?
We do have some of that as well.
I'll take that.
Whatever
You're
you
not getting
recommend.
drunk.
Huh?
You're not getting.
I would actually recommend the honey mead.
Well, actually, I would have to try to get drunk, and even if I did try,
But yeah, no, I can't get drunk. So honey mead sounds
I'm
fantastic.
not even gonna make you guys roll Constitution saves for that because
I'm not trying to get. Like, at this point with this group, we actually have to try.
And
I
some
have
of
to
us
walk
actually
4
can't.
blocks to the next bar to let them get drunk, and then I can come back.
and then that bar gets pissed off that you're there.
And this
Well, I
one
think it
can't
only
even
applies
get
to
drunk and
allies.
still picks up people.
Yeah.
I guess you could consider all your friends in the bar an ally.
Yeah, that's a great way to fuck with somebody. I can imagine her
very
doing
funny.
that. I can imagine her doing that to her grandma,
How-
who's a lush.
How's it doing, buddy? I sobered up around you. Go away.
Or just Nakane does it to Kat all the time.
Can you just
Damn it, girl!
I did recently see a post that to make tieflings weirder, they should just be able to become sober at will.
Oh, yes. That's fun.
That's weird.
I
That's
love
really
that.
weird.
I think you could probably do that, but you'd have to roll for it if you succeed.
Well, then it was
well-
only a few certain subsets of tieflings, like that your DM would pick, like, abyssal and
So
something else tieflings can just become sober at
So the
will.
way that the way that tieflings work in this world is I actually base them off of the devil or demon lord that their lineage comes
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
There is actually one demon lord who that would work with, and it's the demon lord of lies.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Just immediately becomes sober. Because
What? No, it wasn't
I'm
Jimmy.
glad
Lord
we're
of
not
Lies.
related to him.
That'd make an amazing a charisma rogue.
yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Or just being like, oh, I'm done with this conversation now. I need to go fight things.
That's what I was
need to
saying. Like if
sober
you're
up.
playing the what's that rogue? The Inquisitive. The Inquisitive rogue, and you're like getting drunk to interrogate someone without them knowing, and then you just go, okay, have a good one, bye, and then just walk out the door.
Yeah. Anyway, some more time passes as you guys continue to eat your meal. He brings out the drinks that you guys requested. Those of you with the honey mead, it doesn't quite taste just like honey, but the honey flavor is very strong. It's actually very hard to catch the hint of alcohol that's in it. This was expertly made.
This would be dangerous.
Yes, this would be dangerous if you drank a large quantity of it. It's not very strong in alcohol.
It's not dangerous to me at all. Yeah.
This would be
We're
something
fine.
that
I
Dakani wishes
really
she
need
could
that
bring
water
home to
skin of
grandma.
holding now.
Back in the day.
Those of you with tea, you guys are
It's
brought
just
out.
honey mead. That's what they think is tea.
Huh?
It's just honey mead, but they think it's tea.
It's
Straight
warm
up.
honey mead.
Material plane, hot mead.
The Eladrin brings out the tea, brings out several cups, and he actually pours the tea in front of you, scooping out honey for each of them.
Is it in like a clear teapot with one of those flowering tea balls? Have you ever seen those?
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
probably appropriate.
I've never seen one of those.
Oh, they're very cool. It's like they're like tied up with twine in like a ball, and you put them in the bottom of the teapot, and they like
Oh, I do
slowly
like
open up
those.
and flower open to make the
cool.
tea. It's very cool.
That sounds very Fey-like.
Mm-hmm.
As he's scooping honey, you see him put it into one cup, and then Leaflake goes.
You might as well.
Until it's just mostly honey.
He keeps scooping until like the tea's starting to get over the edge, and then he stops. Leaflake goes.
You might as well just give him a cup full of honey, my man.
Honestly, how we hired him.
He can wait until dessert.
It's sort of like that one girl from Hunter x Hunter that put so much sugar in her tea that the tea was just.
Old Dork Road.
Those of you with the tea, as you sip it, I have a question for you. What is the tea that you would be expecting to drink?
I would imagine like a soft white tea.
Yeah, say like a chamomile or something. I don't know my teas very well anymore.
I used to work at Tivana. Like a soft white tea.
Mint? What kind of tea would you imagine?
Maybe with
He went with the mead
flowers
later,
in
I
it.
thought.
Oh, you
Once
went
he
with the mint.
recommended it.
Okay.
Oh, there's a very specific tea that I'm thinking of from Tivana. It had candied violets petals in it. They're very good.
So, ignoring what Vox said,
That.
ignoring what Vox said, what do you imagine tea to taste like?
Something light, I'd say almost like floral. Very
Like an herbal.
like herbal or something very bright.
All right. So, each of you
What is that?
without talking to each other. More specifically, this tea tastes like what you are thinking of.
Ooh,
Oh, neat.
neat.
So it changes based on what your preference is at that time.
Cool, very cool. Okay.
So
Is that it?
as you two start to describe the flavor of the tea, you realize that your descriptions do not match up at all. And you saw him pour from
This
the
from
same
the same thing?
from the same pot.
Tell's delighted.
Don't
Yeah.
think of booty.
Don't
This
think
is
of
what the
booty.
chat says.
With the giant dick on it.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, you know what I forgot to give you guys?
Inspo.
Yeah, flex.
You know what? I was doing really good on reminding you about that, Jake, and then I just completely forgot this week.
Ooh, I need to skip.
I think
A little
so
bit ahead of
far
my
this
roll.
little tea party has been Nikai's favorite thing with the flavor changing fruits and teas. And that's about it.
Leaf Lake describes his as tasting like honey.
I wonder why.
I can imagine, Leaf Lake, you really like honey, so yeah.
Hey, Farron, does it taste like honey mead?
Yeah.
Okay.
More like honey than mead, but yeah.
You see Leaf Lake kind of eyeing your guys' glasses. How does it taste?
Pretty good.
Like, Farron was like, probably got something small. It might not be clean, but Leafley doesn't care. Probably. I don't care, that's for sure. Like a little spoon or something, and just,
Are you certain?
yes.
Oh, that's good.
And he's already drunk.
Like most of his stomach. All right. Well, I will be bringing dessert out shortly, if you are all prepared for it.
That sounds lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. He leaves, and Leaf Lake's sitting there. So, how are you guys enjoying this place? Because I will admit I've never been here.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm nervous, mostly because of how the rest of this trip has gone.
No, I'm just kind of like expecting someone to be sitting in a corner watching us.
They're better company than orcs.
Most things are better company
Well,
than orcs.
I mean, to be fair, you guys came here. You killed a bunch of the Flower King's subjects.
Well, that's what I meant. Is compared to how this trip began with the unfortunate circumstances of magic.
It would have gone a lot smoother without that.
We know.
Yeah, we realize that. We also weren't expecting the magic to do that.
You know, I will partially take blame for that because I did not let you guys know that magic doesn't work here the same.
We probably should have figured since it's Feywild, but whatever. Not much going back on it.
All right. The Eladrin returns with another cart. He first takes the plates that you guys had eaten from and brings out more plates. These are smaller, and he reveals it. It looks like on the plate there appears to be a type of cake. It's got some fruit layering the top of it. Oh, you got a question. What is it?
I've realized that this is a fancy place, so do they have like the full array of cutlery?
Yes.
Farron does not have any of that.
I'm using the biggest
He's
fork
just
for
been
all of
using
it.
the same toothpaste for everything.
I'm assuming that Bethel taught Myth proper manners for when they needed to,
Yes.
Oh my god, can you
Really,
imagine?
I was for like the little cakes. I was picturing
like Petit Force.
those
For half the
little,
stuff,
like,
he's just been
clear,
using the fork
like,
to
they're
cut
like little
with.
clear jelly cakes.
Oh yeah.
They look like
Grim
little
that
raindrops.
Grim
You can
uses
get
the
like
knife
little
built
fruits and
into
stuff.
his-
in. That's what I almost pictured.
Like, I just had 12, I was like,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
really
It
fancy
looked like
place.
a
So I
fey
just
dessert when I saw it for the first time.
imagine like
Have you ever
12
seen
pieces
those
of
bags?
cutlery apiece.
They're like
Can
jelly.
you imagine
Yeah, they're like
Alden in
little
Bethel's
jelly.
house? He's
Yeah,
never
I think
done
they're neat.
anything
I just
like
want to try them just because I want to kind
any of that. So as she sees him eating, she's
So, as you begin to dig into this dessert, it is very fruity. It's incredibly sweet as well.
I'm fine with this.
So, as for those of you who have issues with eating sweet things, this is where it would come in. Not that that's something you. I never ask people that about their character. Does
I've
your
gone out
character
of the
like
way to
super sweet things?
I've gone out of the way to find sweet things, remember?
Yeah.
I bought the elven wine. Which probably isn't as sweet, but you know.
Finally, Eladrin asks, "How did you enjoy dessert?"
It was very wonderful. Very light.
Good.
Very fruity.
Very good.
Now, with dinner concluded, hopefully the princess will be done with her current affair. Follow me, and I will take you to the throne room.
Thank you.
He takes you through another set of a few sets of doors. On the end, at the end of this room, you guys entered with the table going sort of parallel with the way that you guys entered. He then takes you to the other end, and there's another set of doors. This opens up, and the room beyond is probably bigger than the other rooms that you've encountered so far. It's got an incredibly high ceiling, to the point where you think you actually see, like, clouds and the sun?
So it's like when you dig too deep in Minecraft and look up and it's like...
Yes. You suspect, though, that this is definitely an illusion.
Like Hogwarts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Hogwarts.
I gotta go potty.
The walls are draped with an array of cloths that are very vibrant in color. And at the very center, at the back of the room, on the far end of the room, where all of this cloth and all of the reliefs in the walls kind of draw your focus towards this point, where there's a massive throne that looks like it's made out of vines and flowers. There's even some that appear to have, like, thorns on it. And sitting in this chair is...
The tiniest little girl you've ever seen.
No. It's the woman that you saw in the statue outside. In the
I
flesh.
was kind of expecting that.
Yes.
That or it was her mother. Not that it's actually her mother, you know what I mean.
Her hair drapes down quite... Her hair drapes down quite far. And it's an array of greens, yellows, and you believe you see hints of light blue as well streaked through there. She's wearing a crown that is made out of flowers as well. There's a theme here. The dress she's wearing isn't quite the same one that you guys saw her in the statue. This one is... Great, I have to come up with dresses.
Oh god.
The only thing
I'm not
I can think
helping
of
you.
is the... For some reason, I can't stop thinking about this, like, lovely, beautiful woman, but she's in the dress from the end of fucking Midsommar. It's just... it's a horror movie.
I'm
Have you
working
seen
on
it?
The dress she's wearing, it's
That's vaguely threatening.
it's segmented in different areas, showing off more of the curves of her body. The stitching in there also shifts colors. Before her, you see. You can only think it's a fae. Well, actually no. You know exactly what this is. This is a troll.
Okay.
Compared to the other trolls that you guys have encountered, he is massive. And he's wearing a full set of living armor, of living steel armor.
I'm just gonna be, what's up, my man?
Kind of like the Connings.
Yes, only,
More
bigger.
elegant.
More elegant, and he even has a cape.
Capes are good. Capes are good.
You can see that he's holding a helmet under one arm. And the sword he has is about the same size as the one that Nikane now has.
But he could one-hand it.
Yes,
So this is the captain of the guard.
maybe.
Her
We're not
personal bodyguard, possibly.
He is not facing all of you. He is facing her. And they appear to have been in mid-conversation.
Spring night.
This is where I am going to pause us for a bit,
Bio
because
break.
we need a bio break.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying so hard to hold it.
I know. And so yes, we will be right back
I'm
after
gonna
a bit.
fall down the stairs again.
Yeah,
Are
please
we
don't.
doing the thing tonight?
Not
No.
tonight.
Okay.
So we'll be back in about 10.
Stairs,
All right.
stairs.
Tired of the road, tired of the sun. Miss my missus and her home okay, 'cause we'll drink ale anyway. Ninefoot grows heavy, scout grows trim. Harefoot gets hairy. Raise your flagons and fill 'em to the brim. That's alright and that's okay, 'cause we're all halflings anyway. This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Dragon so dark, dark as night, failed to fly from the arrow's bite. Fell from above on the tailor's house. Hey, everybody, get your dragon suit and blouse. This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Tired of the road, tired of the sun. Miss my missus and her home-cooked buns. Our backs are bent, our feet are sore. Been traveling long on the barren moor. But that's alright.
That I miss upon the sea. The rest do look so paltry small when I compare to thee. Oh, Molly's brides, the best girls in the land. To your every need, there's no place that I'd rather be. Short in stature, laid out drink, a dwarf who's parched and dry. Then run you ragged through the night, all hedonized for your delight. Oh, Molly's brides, no other I can stand. I've traveled far and wide the sea, there's no place that I'd rather be. So at home you'll feel when you're at Molly's dive. Till money's spent I'd not frequent another tavern of the night. Oh, Molly's brides, they'll take you by the hand. Full of girls who laugh and tales recording on Molly's brides. Running gals from distant lands, exotic, dark and fine. Just take your pick and enter in, the worries vanish in no time. Oh, Molly's brides, the most exotic band. And it's time to life from girls. Forfeit high for a price, they'll bring their friends and you'll be envied far and wide. Oh, Molly's brides, the best girls in the land. To your every need, there's no and other parts of Fair Sweet Molly's Bride. Oh, Molly's Bride, let's go in the land. To your every there's no place that I'd rather be. Oh, Molly's Bride, no other I can stand. Far and wide the sea, there's no place that I'd rather be.
Whoops.
Okay.
Our bad.
Thank you, Jake.
I need
The
to get...
vampire owned the house. It's their house. They don't need to be invited into their house. It doesn't matter who's living there.
Wait, what?
Yep.
So the question was if a vampire or vampires can't enter the houses of someone who hasn't invited them in. What if the vampire owned the house? The vampire, it's the vampire's house.
Yeah.
So they can
Yeah.
go in.
I just thought there
Aunt
might.
Rice addressed that, actually.
See,
She sure fucking did.
because I'm insane, I don't have the rule of they can't enter your house.
No.
Well, it's actually just general politeness in most vampire lore.
Yeah.
Not actually a requirement, just kind of the...
Of course, my world's a little bit more brutal on purpose.
Yes.
So there's a few common things that I'm just like, no, that's not fun.
Though
I
Joss
have
Whedon
some-
did give us some really funny scenarios during Buffy where a vampire was like not able to get into the house.
All right.
Let me in.
Oh yeah. So because we were muted, Andrew had to step away. Their lower back was starting to hurt them a little bit too much, so
Yeah.
they couldn't sit in for the rest of this.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
threw out their back earlier today.
Chasing rats.
No, actually stood up after getting the rats back in their cage and then threw out their back, just like from going doing this motion,
God.
like from leaning up.
God, Andrew's old.
It's just like how my back goes.
I
Me, the
coughed and
youngest
threw
one
mine
here.
out.
I just get cramps in my back when I twist. Anyway, so you guys entered the throne room of the Palace of Flowers, and it appears as though the princess was speaking to this very large troll in armor.
Good thing I put that sword away.
As all of you, as you guys are entering further, you see the troll kind of bow, step back a few paces, turn on his heels, and begin to leave. As he passes by you, he just kind of looks down at you briefly, and then does kind of like a double take.
I give him a bro nod.
More like, someone's here. Wait, what?
Wait, hold on.
There are 5 not Fae.
So
2 tieflings.
As you walk further in, you hear the princess address you. Welcome. I completely fucked that up right away.
You can do it, Jake. I believe in you.
Welcome. You had an invitation for
That's
here.
correct.
Now you have audience with me. What is it that you came for?
Why is it always me?
You were the one who was specifically asked to retrieve the little things.
Gay panic.
Do you need me to talk?
Roll for initiative. We don't do initiative here.
Rolls for initiative.
Wow.
I get that a lot with mortals.
Do I need to put a blindfold on you so you can talk properly?
We were sent here by the god Sele to investigate. Cirrus. Not Sele. Cirrus. Oh, sorry, Sele's my god. To investigate missing children in a city on the material plane, and we discovered that they were taken by the Knight Aberline.
You will have to be more specific about the city.
It was the city Rivertan, where magic goes to die.
Yes.
Yes.
The shithole.
Yes. Aberline did bring a group of children here.
They just walked past us.
No.
What is it that you wished of these children?
We had hoped to return them to their parents.
Ah, I see. Well, unfortunately, that is not something I can do.
I thought that may be the case at this point, having spoken to the Flower King.
Well, and, the time that happened between...
Oh, it has nothing to do with my ability to return them. The children have not been... I'm assuming you mean you're assuming they have been transformed. Well, there is a small quirk of Rivertan, especially amongst their inhabitants,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Magic.
where they have a metal in their system. We've had to work on getting that out. So they haven't been transformed yet. The problem is that I cannot allow them to leave.
What are they being used for?
I was thinking, why not?
How much are you aware of what is going on the material plane?
Plenty. Some things.
Which bit?
Honestly, it seems like the end days.
Yeah, there is a few things going on at once. It's quite a lot.
Well, perhaps it will help me to clarify this as if you understood what was truly going on, you would understand why I cannot get them up. There is a war going on.
I see.
And you want soldiers.
We need soldiers. Not want.
I see.
Means they're playing their war.
While there are fronts on several planes, the main one is the material plane.
The battlefield.
So when you say, material plane, you mean, specifically the bit we're from, or...
In particular, yes, your
Oh.
region of the world.
Great.
I was kind of
We're so
broadly...
lucky.
I was broadly hoping that it would be elsewhere. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of unfortunate sense. So, what, we need to figure something out with the children, or that's just not gonna happen?
Is
Well,
there something we can do to help? Or train?
well, there are a few things. But first you must be, I suppose, brought up to speed as to what is going on.
It would be nice.
That would be kind of you.
This does not come entirely for free. However, we are technically allies in this. As much mayhem as you may have caused on the way here.
Something to do with the void, yes.
Purely unintentional.
Trouble seems to follow us wherever we go.
That is the politics of this world.
Yeah.
Which I do not fault you for things that have transpired. While it may have caused some irregularities, there are bigger problems that are happening. First of all, there is what may directly influence your plane specifically are the agents of Olgog, the demon lord of the undead.
I'm assuming there's no name you've ever heard before.
Some of you have.
I'm
That one
staring
in
dead ass at Nakana.
I'm guessing I haven't, for example. I mean, I'm 600 years old, but, you know. And they're kind of in my family.
There was a
It's either you or me.
there was a demon, there was a devil who showed up and took away one of your party members.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yep.
That was a whole situation.
Yep. And he said one of or both of you smell like someone I know. I think he said both of you.
No,
Yeah.
one of you.
One of you.
He didn't allude to which one.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he said both of you or one of you. I couldn't. It's been so
Right.
long.
Oh, God.
So he was
Oh God.
Oh boy, okay.
So for you,
you
it
tell?
could be me.
It's probably me. It's probably
How
me.
Seems like you.
Out of curiosity, how much do you know the name Caldera?
How much do you know the name Caldera?
I feel like we've heard it before, actually. I can't remember where from.
As far as I remember, actually, you guys have never
No.
heard this name before.
That might just be me. I hear a lot of weird names.
Ah, a history lesson.
I love those.
This one does not end so well.
Hmm.
Well,
Don't.
I feel like most don't.
to a degree. A very long time ago, there was a mage who aligned himself with Thanatos. In his efforts, he had to take control of the undead. In doing so, he turned himself into a lich. After he assisted, he ended up attempting to claim more than was due, which caused a bit of a war. In the end, he was defeated, and his generals sealed away, and his book hidden from him. But he could not be killed, for reasons that I am not privy to disclose. That is something you will have to bring up with other powers. Well, Olgog has had his eye on Caldera for some time. And he has aligned himself with the Shadow Veil to help bring Caldera back.
I hate the sound of this.
This wouldn't be the ice creature that we saw, would it?
I believe it would. That that is one of Caldera's generals.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh, I don't like that.
One of them,
And
which
does
means
that
there are
mean-
more.
There are 3.
Does that mean anything to this entire thing involved with black crystals
Why is it always your family?
I have
from
no
the
idea.
void? No.
No.
My family.
No?
No,
Your
it
dad's
has
the one
nothing
that
to do
brought
with
the
the void.
general.
Have you heard of those?
I have heard word of them, but I do not believe that they are related.
Okay.
He's probably got a hand in it.
Normally, we would be opposed to interfering with things going on the material plane. However, my daughter has disappeared. And evidence points to the Shadow Veil as being a culprit of it.
This would be the Shadow Veil with the Hebephages and
And many other disturbing creatures, yes. Which has sort of forced my hand.
As it should.
I have been working with the other heads of courts to get involved, as any influence from the Shadow Veil on our politics is generally dealt with. But with Olgog backing the Shadow Veil and the Dark Lords behind them, that is no easy task. So, you can see why I am currently in a difficult situation.
Those in power usually are.
Indeed. But there is good news in all of this, and she gestures to all of you. There are very few mortals who have made it this far, which means all of you are quite capable.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I see us as allies.
So you would like us to assist you
I've
with
turned the
what's
bathroom
going
again.
on?
Huh?
Have to run to the bathroom again?
No.
I would very much like for us to enter a agreement to help each other. And I understand that the children are important to you. Technically, I could get forces from elsewhere. If these children are as important to you as they are.
By elsewhere, what do you mean?
I think it would be best if I don't say.
Probably.
It means other children from other places.
What are the odds that the gods would approach us again to look into the matter?
Unlikely,
Just don't.
as things have started to progress more openly.
If it's not every child from the town, that would probably be useful, because otherwise that kills the entire town.
From an already dying town.
Not wrong there.
I did not take enough notes for that.
It's become a little bit more public since the creatures of the Shadow Veil have turned on Thanatos.
Did you just hear that?
What?
Yeah, you might want to listen
Yeah.
to this bit.
This is the important part.
I'm sorry.
I know you were checking your notes.
I'm checking my notes because we spoke with the Hebephage and it gave us some information, more information on what was going on their end.
It just said it wasn't us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it gave us actually really fuck all information. It just
Okay.
was
I
like,
couldn't
I'm
remember.
innocent, I swear.
But yes,
I couldn't remember.
So,
I just. That's all. Sorry.
So what she was saying was that the reason things have become more public to the gods is the Shadow Veil has turned on Thanatos.
So they
Not
normally
right.
subservient
And
to him?
continuing the line that she was trying to say, and they have been sieging the Palace of Memories for some time.
Okay. That's kind of look at the Connie and see how she reacts to see how significant. And I mean, I can read her better than everyone else in this room, so probably I don't know if Fey Lady's really good at reading people, but I'm going to assume I can read my own granddaughter fairly well. Given she's got a cattail as well.
Yeah. Meaning I've got some work to do when I get back.
What if
Meaning
we...
I need a new sigil.
What?
Mine was burned in the fire.
Oh, right, yes.
I need you to craft me a new one with Druidcraft. If I give you the information of what it is, I need you to make me a new one. We'll cover that later.
Maybe. Yes.
What about a deal?
Which one?
I'm listening.
We were given a wish coin at one point.
Ah, yes.
If there are children here that are old enough to choose that path, I was quite young when I chose my own. If they wish to stay and serve, that they could stay. The ones that are not fighters would be able to go home. I know that you would still need to acquire forces, and hopefully not all from the same location.
How we acquire them is a different matter. Aberline has been very faithful to what I've been asking of him, and doing what he can.
Yeah, he doesn't like me much.
But I know that among those children, some are probably more suited to be scholars than warriors.
Perhaps, but scholars can become mages, and mages are some of the most powerful forces on the battlefield.
If that's what they wish to be.
It also means they'd have to have any aptitude for
With
that.
a wish coin, yes, that can be arranged. There are very few circumstances in which I would allow that. But you have obtained one of the hardest pieces of currency to come by. So,
Nice. 2 of them now.
so
Secondarily, I have business that I must attend.
such as,
Continuing to fight on the material plane.
of course.
However, I was told that you might be somebody that can assist my predicament.
Predicament?
So
I should not be a wantee.
Ah, the curse of Plas.
no, blessing. That's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Supposedly.
Similar words.
Certainly can be.
Depends on how you read them.
Everybody just hum.
What would the cost be?
Well, as it just so happens, I recently am in need of more powerful forces.
I thought that might be the case.
I am not in need of a new spring knight. Aberline is doing quite well in that regard. However, I am able to grant some of my power to mortals, as long as they follow along with things that I need.
I will let you know if my duties ever involve bringing new forces from the material plane. I would seek out volunteers.
Of course, how you execute what is needed is not necessarily my business. That is how you handle it. But what I request of you, that is to be determined.
Could be anything.
So it's a IOU note kind of thing.
In exchange for power and becoming a half-elf again.
You would have a fae on your side.
I mean,
Gauging to see if Nakane is going to stab her if she makes this deal. Or if this is...
Nakane is at the point where there's so much rage bubbling in her that she's at that really quiet
she won't stab you. She's got a hammer.
zen
She smash.
levels of rage.
Turn around the handle and just...
Because I know that if I go forth as I am, I will reach the point that I will not care about my plane or what is going to happen to it.
You will care about self-preservation. And that is about it.
You will become not yourself.
I would
is
rather
the real point.
be you and continue to be my friend with this IOU note than becoming a monster that eventually that I've had to promise to kill you in the end.
I thought you might like this deal better. Though I do have this battle with the forces that are currently icing over much of our
course.
lands.
Which is still in line with what you need.
That is part of what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Find the other
A lot of our
generals.
goals intersect.
Indeed.
Streets crossing.
And if that's a general, then that means...
And there are 3. There will be 2 more.
Well, yeah, and I just had a thought. If that's the furthest southern point, then you go to like the next furthest away point, and that might be my home.
Well, since Bethel raised her right, she's going to kind of take a knee and say, well, in that case, consider me in your service.
She will stand and stepping towards you very lightly to the point that you can't hear her footsteps. She places a hand on your shoulder, reaches down, and kisses you on the forehead. It is very warm, and you feel something...
Gay panic.
Just fucking faints. Just out.
You feel a warmth flow over your entire body, and it almost gives you, like, chills because of how it feels.
Goosebumps.
It's actually spelling magic, and you turn back into BDSM gear.
And the princess is like, oh.
No, she can already see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Carry
probably
in an
can.
interesting fashion.
What everyone else sees from the outside is you see where you don't know where the warmth flowing over her body is. You see as the areas that had been affected by her becoming a 1T, it's almost like her skin flips. Think of like
Mystique?
like Mystique from X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Where the scales are, they kind of flip over and it's skin. It just goes back to being
Damn.
skin and just flows over her body until she appears to be a normal half-elf.
I was kind of hoping you would shed.
Same.
Start climbing out of the exoskeleton.
No, because then they have to clean it up, and that's just a mess she doesn't want to deal
That'd
with.
just be one whole thing.
Sorry,
It's
I
like,
pulled my
put it in a
pants.
bag, and there we go. We've got a myth puppet.
A myth-sized skin suit.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
You can put it on later when you want to pretend to be a 1T.
No thanks.
it wouldn't fit right anymore.
She stands back up and goes, "You are now in my service. When I call upon you, you will need to follow my instructions.
Thank you.
Or this power will be gone to you, and you may revert back to a 1T."
Understood.
Now,
What shall I call you then, princess?
yes, but since we are allies, and one of you is in my service, it is in my best interest to share with you any other information you may inquire about.
What should I call her?
Princess
Prin-
Works.
Princess Works.
And also, I mean, you probably know everything we know already, but assuming that is terrible.
Perhaps, it depends. I have agents everywhere, but
Are you aware of where the first general was?
in the Southern Spear. That was quite a big move.
Well, he was in the snaky forest. I forget what the name of that was.
That was
Serpent strip?
Serpent strip?
Serpent Strip.
that was no that was where his
Days was.
that was where that beast, the demon thing.
Isn't
came out.
he the demon thing?
No.
Oh,
No, it's a different thing.
they're two different things. So the demon came and released the general? Or that
No,
just happened
the general came
coincidentally?
out during Masks of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
He was the 12-foot tall boogler with
Daddy Dearest.
with two big swords.
And my Daddy Dearest.
Okay, I entirely forgot he existed. I thought it was just a demon from the vase.
He was the one that came out of the fountain area and started freezing everything.
Oh, I thought that was linked to the demon because that happened kind of, immediately.
Do you know, and this is assuming, because I do, but assuming that you do not, which my apologies, just sharing information, do you know who released it? The general.
The first one, for Thomas.
In the Southern Sphere.
His name's Thomas.
Oh my god. Nope. That's not his name.
Thomas.
I am Thomas the Evil!
That's my
No.
dad's name, okay? You cannot have
No,
a demon
no.
general be Thomas.
No. He misheard because I said for Thomas.
Oh, for Thomas.
But no, it's not anymore, so fuck you.
I would like to say, chat,
I
when
heard four Thomas.
Jade went, wait, there's two ice demons? And Rose went, I'm sorry, the 12-foot what?
Yeah, I thought you said four Thomas.
No.
And I was like,
No.
his name's
Ignore
Thomas.
that. Actually, I may have gotten that wrong. I think I may have mispronounced it, and it may actually be the name of one of his two swords.
It happens.
His sword is Thomas.
No, shut the fuck up.
He's,
I said I may have mispronounced it.
I believe what I saw was a large ice creature wielding two blades.
Ah, yes, that would be one of his generals.
Do you know the identity of who released him?
I am not currently aware of that.
It was probably a man named Aaron Elevere.
We know a lot about him.
He
Unfortunately.
is a necromancer.
That would make sense. He is either aligned with Olgog or with Calbira.
He's aligned with himself.
That is unlikely.
Yeah,
The only
Working
reason
with someone.
the only reason I know
Or like a fool.
the only reason I know that is there is no way most mortals would know how to open the prisons to the generals.
A lot of mortals also would not know how to erase the memories of those who are dead and force them to return.
That is a bit more common in some demonic circles than you may think.
Fair. Then it's probably he's aligned with Olgok.
it could be, doing research, finds person to talk to get research, and then they become best friends, and now we've got this going on.
While Olgog does have agents throughout the material plane, Caldera is usually more proactive. He tends to share knowledge, trying to garner people over to his side.
And whichever he is aligned with doesn't matter as much.
No.
Because either way, he is an enemy.
He's been an enemy since the day I took my first breath.
Well, there you go.
I mean, yeah, longer. I don't like him. It's like Grandpa sitting there going, no, fucking like this guy.
You took my nature granddaughter here away from me.
Now,
I did, but you know.
Not like your freaking dad.
It's not your fault.
No.
I suppose I could give you a bit more direction as to what to do, as I have given you a lot of information that may be difficult to act upon. To deal with Olgok, there is another who may know more about how to deal with him, and that would be his brother, Azamin. He is the Devil Lord of life.
What are you looking at me for?
Seems like something you'd know about.
Yeah, you're the ones with horns.
Just because we have horns and we're TV.
Not you specifically.
I wasn't
more of
looking
this
at you.
one.
I was looking at Tal.
Why am I so singled out?
You showed up
Don't look at me.
just randomly. We actually know nothing about
That's
you,
fair.
so
He's
It
the
is
most
fair.
Other
second
than
tiefling I've ever interacted with.
you wear tight clothing
Anyway.
and then
He,
Demon
Have
Lords just
ghosts.
seem like they'd
granted,
be
I
your
know of your
specialty.
great power. I figured I'd share more information
That's
with
fair, I
you.
suppose.
Current divination practices on the material plane have made Aaron Elevere very difficult to track. He is wearing a
Yes.
ring upon his left hand.
Yes, that is one reason why there is. That is one reason why I did not know who opened the vault.
Him.
Which does make our job harder. Scrying magic is usually our best source of information, and with that simple artifact, that makes it difficult for us to find him. It is not uncommon for mortals who are on the run to find such an artifact,
other
especially when they're under the employ of powerful beings.
are there any legends or stories of where the other is it two more generals
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
are? Or are they just kind of long forgotten to time and we have no idea and they could pop up anywhere?
It appears as though she's thinking. Which, given how quickly she's
Reply to everything else is
probably a little concerning.
yeah, a little bit.
Unfortunately, I cannot. For many individuals, their memories were wiped of their locations.
Makes sense.
It does.
So I'm kind of I don't have a map, but I'm trying to remember how the continent looks from
However,
mind, and I'm like
there
triangles
is,
for some reason.
there is something you can work off of. The first general that's been released was his General of Ice. He was trapped in the Southern Spear,
the desert.
arguably the worst place for ice to be. The other two are Fire and Lightning.
So look for their opposites and we will find them.
It is
Theoretically.
ideally that is likely where they would be.
Uh,
As to their exact location, I cannot tell you that.
Makes sense.
For safety reasons, that makes sense.
Not even safety reasons. I simply
Don't know.
cannot.
you know, safety doesn't come into that. Like,
Many memories were wiped in order to try to hide the location of
Such beings.
all of them.
Princess, were you alive when they last roamed?
Active.
Yes, I was.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I physically did not catch the question.
What was that like then?
The material plane had a very hard battle. It was only through the help of the gods that they were truly able to push back Caldera and his forces. Mind you, they had just exited a war, and Caldera had many more forces than he does now.
We're currently fighting a war.
You are at the beginning of a war.
Oh, I think we're also in the middle of one.
Well, a material plane war.
You're still at war with the orcs. That's not like we wave a flag and say, call it off this weekend. That's still going on.
And the creature from the serpent strip.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yes, the Abyssus.
What?
The abysses.
It's actually got a name. Great. That's horrifying.
They are demons of a kind. Specifically, ancient dragons who made pacts. And upon their death, their soul went to the demons.
Oh. Like,
They were gifted to Caldera's generals.
so it basically freed his horse. Except it's more than a horse. By a
Sorry.
lot. It's
Right.
this extravagant horse with wings and breathes fire.
cool.
Great! And what's the opposite of lightning?
I think the mountains.
Rocks.
Earth.
Or the sky?
The dragon's
Well-
scar.
There was a rumor that a gnome we traveled with once
No.
heard about something hidden in the mountains.
Yeah, well, also, what's the opposite of fire?
Water.
So it's in the ocean somewhere, and we don't even go there.
Captain Score might have an idea.
I don't think Captain Score even goes out to the ocean.
Oh, he does.
Does he?
There's the
Or ice.
there's the lake that's there's the Bay of Spears.
Do we
That's
even
on the
have
southern
ice
sphere.
on this continent? Aside from now.
Yeah, we do.
Did we have before? I don't have the map.
Just a little
You know,
bit.
I actually printed out.
There's a little bit in the northwest side by the city of Silver.
Here's a bigger map.
So it's either in that big lake or it's
So-
somewhere where there is lots of
The
ice.
sandy bit there is a General Nick Fuckface. Thomas.
I'm thinking somewhere.
Anywhere from here.
hmm
For lightning?
Yeah.
I'm thinking one of these larger cities.
Up
There
north.
was there was that abandoned one, the city of Embers.
The City of Embers is within the Dragon Scar.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking of it.
And nobody who's gone there has ever returned!
You know where
That
I'm
sounds
thinking?
like something you'd put us on.
You know where you'd bury someone who's fire on an island surrounded by water?
Tell, Jay.
Just saying, like, doesn't
Tell
that make
us from the
sense?
City of Embers.
No, Tell is not. Tell is from near the City of Embers.
Oh, that's right.
There is a small village. There's a small village that. So there used to be the original Gold Road before the Dragon Scar happened. There used to be the Gold Road. Well, it started to get out of use when the Dragon Scar basically was created. So that is a less traveled area, but there are still people who live near it. It's
Right.
just very toxic of a place to be.
I always remember City of Embers in my brain, and I keep thinking that's the.
So what's
Wow,
the Isle of
Rue
Man
was
looking
dead
thing?
serious that she made sure not a single one of these trees looked phallic for us.
She could have left at least two.
Because she knew we'd find it.
She could have left just two, for me, for what she did to me. So, she could have left two.
She was
So
serious.
what's the island in the middle of the water in the middle of Phenomenon?
Oh, that is the port city of Felina.
Okay.
That's an actual.
Oh no, it just starts with F something fire. That's not actually a real link. I was just being stupid. But it's just surrounded by water, so that makes sense to me. Other than dropping a body in the ocean, because I know that doesn't work.
If you're tying up bricks to it, it works.
Not for long though.
If it's alive, it works.
didn't become dead and then it rots and drifts out of the shackles.
We don't know what kind of magic this bitch got.
Truth.
There is the last matter of Caldera's book. It contains the spells that he learned.
Oh, I know where Caldera comes from. Thinking of the massive volcanoes. What they leave afterwards is called a caldera.
Oh.
Caldera. This is spelled very differently. This is spelled with a K.
I'm really angry that this book is coming up that your other party
Fucked up with.
messed up with.
Yeah.
And now we gotta deal with him too.
I felt like a twitch in my eyeball. Like right along here.
There's a lich with a book that. Oh, god damn it. And then Thanatos is gonna be like, you fucked up.
Again.
The guys would be like,
Again.
yes, Mom. Okay.
I do not know. No one. Similar to the generals, no one really knows where Caldera's book is.
If I had to hanker a guess, if he were a lich, I would say the Swamp of the Undead. And that's just a guess.
I want to go there.
If that were the case, he would already have it.
True. Necropolis, that was actually the word I was looking for.
That is where Caldera is.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And you went there.
Oh no, I was there.
It was
That's
hidden
why-
by the ones who. Was it imprisoned him?
He is imprisoned in a sense that without his book, he is quite powerless, actually.
Did he hide the book or did.
He did not.
Okay.
In fact, it was actually Temp.
Alright.
Oh, that
So
doesn't.
where would Temp hide his book?
Unfortunately, he doesn't even know.
Right.
Memory
Which
one.
means we have to put it together like a puzzle.
I don't know about you guys, but there's
I've
a lot
only
of
got
lands.
one connection to the Church of Temp at the moment, and she's unconscious.
Well,
I mean, you can kind of.
There is a
They are
possible.
married.
There is
He
a
might
possible
answer you.
solution to this. Thanatos' Palace of Memories. The Palace of Memories is a place where the memories of all dead things reside. And those are not easy to get rid of. It is possible that something in there has memory of where the book is located.
going to take a trip to the Palace of Memories.
I mean, how many old stories have someone needed to be sacrificed to keep the dangerous things safe?
I can bet you my mother painted a whole lot of them.
Yeah, there are.
Because like this one,
Go to the historian. Oh yes, yes.
because like this one, mother was very fond of old stories, but instead of telling them, she painted them.
The
Oh yeah,
It was my father.
Well, your
Parent.
your mother.
the
We don't talk about my mother.
the real question will
no, I
come
meant like
down
you
to
as in this one, this person
Oh, this one.
here. Yes, this
yes,
one.
where
here.
this one's mom wanted to be an English teacher,
Yeah,
and then birthed a writer.
yeah.
there is another issue, and that is what to do about Caldera himself. Because you could find the book, but destroying it is not exactly easy either. It will only delay the inevitable.
And he's a demon?
Lich.
He's a lich.
Lich, right.
Great.
I was,
Yeah.
So Lich in the
Then
swamp
there lies
with his
the
undead.
problem.
Who wants
What's
to make a
you-
deal with the demon?
You get rid of that's already dead.
Aren't swamps flammable?
If you want my recommendation, speak to Thanatos.
Yeah.
It was her who birthed him. Well, not exactly birthed him, but it is her.
Created.
It is her influence that made him who he is.
That should be easy enough for me.
Hopefully.
I'd have to speak to her daughter first.
That may be harder than you think now. My reports I have gotten is since the beginning of the siege of the Palace of Memories. That is where the Reaper has been.
That makes sense. I really need to get back to the guild.
I mean, you don't want to go back to the guild.
You're Harry Potter now. Enjoy.
Thanks! You're Harry Potter.
You're
now.
saying go back to the plane, go to the Silver City, talk to some of your people,
need you to remake my seal first.
We can do that on the way there, can't we?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can walk through a tree and take us there immediately. Yeah, I can do that. I've been to the Silver City, right?
If you,
Probably.
Likely.
if you visited M.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you've been there.
And I can probably remember a tree that might still be alive and be like,
We need to stop by the City of Gold and get Aldo in first.
You know who
Oh,
else
he's
is in the
where?
City of Gold, still unconscious, should probably say hi to Grandma even though she's comatose.
I should.
oh wait, is the
See my
City of Silver
mentor.
the City of Silver's the
One
war
on-
one?
The City of Silver is the one on Orchid.
Okay, so we'll go to the City of Gold and then we can just walk across the bridge. It's probably not that simple, but you know, if not, we can wait a day and I can go through another tree. Trees! They're everywhere.
Do you have any other questions?
No,
Not at this point.
I
in
believe
time.
that's enough to let us get started. Thank you.
Is there a way for us to? Well, okay, never mind you.
To get back in contact?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just think about it real hard, I think. Probably.
I'm
If
sure
we-
that she has her means to check on what I'm doing.
Of course.
Now, any children that don't wish to come could come back with us.
It will take a little bit of time. But you have my word. They will be returned if they wish to.
I trust you.
You have the word of a fae,
A fae I'm indebted to.
indeed.
Alright,
I actually do have a question. It did come up in Rivertan.
Is this a question for the princess? Or
Yes.
Okay.
The dagger of Mab, thank you, Mab.
Ah. Yes.
Was that what went missing when Aberline went to collect it?
If my understanding of how Aberline works sometimes, it is likely yes.
Got it.
Especially because any artifact of the other courts falling into our hands is beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
What does that dagger do? Do you know? Are you allowed to tell us? If not, it's fine.
In this case, no.
Fair enough.
I will not tell you. But it is an old artifact.
Question for the DM.
Okay.
So the wand of the crystal willow that we gave to the winter court, well, it belonged to the spring court, right?
probably.
Well,
Or was that the summer court?
No. No. Oberon City
Mhm.
was controlled by the Flower King, who technically falls under the Spring Court.
Okay.
The Staff of the Crystal Willow, well, when you guys head back to Oberon City, you'll learn more.
Great.
Because it's sounding like if we come across the dagger of Mab, I should probably give it to my new patron.
Probably.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Oh,
To even the...
don't worry about that.
No, I'm still talking to the
Oh.
DM.
Are you
Okay,
a
yeah.
warlock now?
Well,
I think I'm a warlock now.
so you have to understand something. It was Aberline who stole it.
Yeah.
Aberline is the Spring Knight.
Oh,
She already has it.
so we just leveled the playing field again.
Basically.
Maybe.
Probably. Judging by the look of that wand. Staff. Thing.
You'll
It was a bit big to call
We'll
a
find
wand.
out.
you'll learn more.
Um,
Well, unless there's anything else.
No, I believe that covers everything.
Well, now you are more informed of what is going on your plane.
And I thank you for it.
Happy hunting.
Always.
Thank you.
And at that point, she'll kind of sit back down on her throne, looking all
Majestic and regal and shit.
Yeah. At this time, Leaf Lake's gonna start to float away.
We're gonna go with my flag.
Nakane would bow and then leave.
Mhm.
All right, you guys exit the hall.
I think that went as well as it could have.
Yeah, it went better than it could have.
Wow. She was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took my entire courage to talk to her. My poor gay heart.
At this point, Leaf Lake is just kind of going towards the front of the palace at this point. And you guys will get back to the carriage that is waiting outside for you still. And the Eladrin, who is like at the door of the carriage, you can understand because you have the Helm of Comprehend Languages. He ends up saying, "Where would you like to go?"
He asked where we wanted to go.
Back to the city?
I think that's where we have to go.
To that one tavern, take a night, leave.
What was it called again? The Sprite's Mistake.
Oh yeah.
Sprite's Mistake at Oberon City if possible.
Very well. And he gestures for all of you to enter.
Thank you.
All right. The carriage begins to take off, and I'm going to leave this for you guys to roleplay for a little bit.
So question first.
Yes.
So is there like a visible marker that I would be able to basically say, yo, I work for her, please leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
No.
Okay.
But
You like a secret agent?
Secret Asian.
I'm going to leave that for now.
Okay.
Because you'll
Have fun with that.
find out.
Oh god, something weird's gonna happen to my hair.
Yeah, congratulations, you now got bright pink hair.
I figured that.
No, when it
Good
when
chunk
it
of
comes
them
up,
went
you'll
in
understand.
flames when
Do I
Alden
get a
set her
dragon?
apartment on fire.
Do I get one of the little...
Alderman.
That is a spring night thing.
Do I get a less cool one, like a rainbow-colored canary or some shit?
You will find out more.
It's just a butterfly.
Should I take a cool Fey butterfly?
Yeah.
I'm not switching classes for you. Can't make me.
Yeah.
It's too fucking late.
Yeah, I need it. Right. I need to be this paladin of Thanatos right now.
It's okay, I think it'll be a next level problem for me.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a...
This
I don't
is
think
a
I'm remaking my character sheet again.
this is a future myth problem.
Oh! I can pull out my...
Your old character sheet.
half-elf. This has some of the new, items on it, though.
But yes, so you guys are in the carriage riding back to Oberon City. What do you guys want to talk about while you're here? I mean, you guys just got a ton of information.
So,
Grandpa, could you druid craft that sigil for me?
hey, what's the sigil? I mean, I assume I already know what the sigil looks like.
Yeah, she'd describe it to
I
you.
mean, druidcraft the sigil.
Using some living metal. Because I think we established already, you can actually do that to living metal.
I think you and I talked about that. Whether it be wood or living metal.
Well, I think we did it before. I think there
Yeah.
was something that we did that I explained that you can druid craft.
Druidcraft doesn't do changing the shape of objects, it's growing things.
And living metal is technically considered.
A growing.
So I can grow it into a shape.
I am allowing it because of what living metal is.
Okay. Sounds cool to me.
That works for me. Metal can't burn as easily.
Hey, it'll be the most unique sigil out there.
Yeah, no shit. Oh,
Some part will be like, I got gold. You're like,
I got rainbow color.
find this on the material plane, bitch.
Yeah, and it kind of doesn't go around flashing that easily though. Or anything.
Unless you get her drunk and drugged.
Alright,
I suggest it's a good idea.
so she describes the sigil and you.
I've probably seen the sigil. That's my granddaughter, damn it.
This is
It's very secretive.
It's a
Yeah.
very secretive sigil. Nakane would not have even
Isn't
shared
this
this
the
with
dead people sigil?
It's for Thanatos's
Order of the Black Skull.
Yeah.
An organization you are not associated with.
Yeah.
No.
You would not have seen this.
No.
Okay.
She would
So
not
they're
have
separate
even.
from the temple.
Yeah.
Different sigil.
Yeah. There's the Temple to Temp,
Mhm.
which is
No,
not.
I mean Death Temple. They don't have one?
They don't have a temple.
Oh, never
You're
mind.
that kind of paladin of Thanatos.
Yes.
Oh!
I'm with the
Yeah.
secret organization that hunts people down that have been illegally brought back from the dead.
So that's probably, a lot of
And we were talking about killing me and putting me in a new body?
Hey, sometimes it's allowed.
Details.
I don't like that.
Details.
Sometimes it's allowed.
Thanatos would beg a trade of some sort.
It's like, yes, here, this works. It's not actually the
I
Mexican,
got you a
but there you go.
luchador. You can open your ale with it.
Here's my dead father. Here, I'll trade ya.
Here's your living metal
Trade my
luchador.
dad for a clap.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yes!
Wait, what?
Oh my god!
Did you
That's the
actually make a
coolest
sigil?
shit ever! Dude! Look at that! It's
I-
like a wax seal.
Yeah, that's literally
That's a
what it
wax
is.
seal? Oh my god!
I actually bought wax.
Oh,
shit.
I just haven't had a reason to use it yet.
So you'll get some very official letters from your organization sometime in the
Yeah,
future.
is this actually what it
Which,
is?
the first one is, girl, where the
Yeah,
fuck you
yeah,
been?
that's actually a wax seal.
No, is that actually what it is in terms of the sigil? Or it is now?
It's good enough.
Close enough.
No, that works. Like, that's kind of almost what I pictured.
I wasn't sure if you decided to go all out and were like, I'm going to custom order a wax seal
So
stamper.
I bought that while I was at Gen Con because the first year I went, I bought a red wax candle and I bought a sigil that has Celtic knot on it because I thought I was going to use that. And I found them again, and they actually had more of
changing
their.
Kamikaze is
I
when
found
she's
them
drunk,
earlier
by the
on
way.
in the convention instead of the last day of the convention.
So they had
And-
more stuff.
Yeah, they had more stuff. So they had this
gonna be real
larger
funny
pot of
If I can get drunk because my
larger pot of
Ceiling
wax and more presses. And I'm probably gonna get more from them, so I have more of a reason to.
Yeah.
I want to play a changeling so bad.
God
damn it!
Yeah. So what do you? Are you guys discussing anything, or are you just?
I mean, I was trying to start that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just making a sigil and then handing it over.
Yeah, so when we get back to the City of Gold, I have to do some contacting.
Are we gonna?
See.
I also have to drop off a very important book that is in Alduin's possession. He's been studying it.
Are we gonna like camp out in Rivertown for a bit before the children arrive, or just like leave and say, yeah, they're gonna show up at some point.
We
Some
should
of them
probably
maybe.
escort them back.
Or I mean, we could just sit and wait in the cave for the children to start showing up. And be like,
Exactly. Suno's paladins may give us less trouble if we do that.
Depends on how long it takes.
I mean, Suno's paladins. Where's a stick? And then I can get a little doll and show you how far up their ass it is.
Because
Because they'll
She
be
did
like,
say
oh,
it may
children will
take
start
some
hitting the
time.
hammer.
But it would probably still be best to wait for them.
Actually, no, the miners will see us too.
unless
and
it's
if
a
the
few
Suno
months,
paladins,
but
no
we could
problem.
probably wait for a while.
Yeah, I can make a cave comfortable.
We came this far for those kids.
Mhm.
We can go this little extra mile.
Yeah,
They just get teleported into their fucking houses and we're sitting in the cave.
I'll
Jake,
make,
I swear to fucking God, if you do that, I will beat you with this seal.
we've
I
got
will
better
put
things
a
to.
little stamp on your forehead that's a little skull.
The
and
players
crossbones.
just said they're waiting for some of the children.
No, I mean, I've got things that I can be like, oh, I need to know any of the children. No, I don't know any of the children. Never mind. The only one I know of is dead.
Sending the children.
No, I've got like scrying stuff.
Oh.
Jade has invited you to be a warlock witch.
Oh.
So
feel like that could get
Tell
messy.
doesn't want to be a changeling. I just want to play a changeling.
you know what the worst thing about this is? How the fuck do we get anyone to believe us?
About
But what?
So yeah, the officials know that the Southern Spear is frozen over, but if we tell them it's some fucking lich working with some fucking demon to bring back his long lost generals, of which there are still 2 more to go fuck us royally.
The higher ups in the churches may already know.
Or just
Also,
tell the
who's-
higher ups of the churches. Or the
Yeah,
mage
and then-
council.
If they believe us.
Some of the paladins may as well.
Somebody
just,
else can
you
talk
know-
to the mage council. I don't want to.
I'm just sitting here on the if they believe us thing because that's just been a thing in general of, that's stupid. I mean, you said that when I said, oh yeah, I saw the void, and you were like, didn't know.
That was a stupid request.
No, you didn't believe it happened at first.
I thought you were smarter than that.
Same.
well, they did see the Southern Spear ice over,
Yes,
there's empirical evidence to suggest that there is something else
the
going on.
refugees. We've been gone for over a month.
Who knows what else has happened?
They might not believe us about all of it, but I feel like we can at least convince them of
There's something
some
going
of it.
on.
Yeah, and then it's what are they gonna do?
Who knows?
Might
Maybe
let's
we are
talk
all
to your
alone.
aunt.
Oh, Aunt Em's gonna have a field day with this one.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
It's not so much about making everybody believe us. It's about making the right
I
people
need to
believe
go
us
home and
that
get my
everybody else
patty.
will believe.
What?
That's true.
I mean, if we're gonna see her, I need to get that
Politics.
shoulder pad I've got.
Shoulder pad.
She does that a lot.
Oh, yeah. You might want to go. Aunt Em punches him a lot.
No, this is like as I'm hitting his shoulder, so
She
he just
just-
pads the one shoulder
just,
so
like-
she can.
She just punches.
What do you think of that, Grandpa?
It's like those things you can attach to your
Basically.
arms in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
It's like she can actually hit her grandpa a bit because he's
You
not
gave me those and I was
frail
like,
at
fuck
600.
that, I can't carry,
You think that would stop
I
her?
can't carry more cargo with those on.
If she could punch her and break his
I'll
arm,
just get
probably.
bulleted, it's fine.
Yeah, walk it off.
That's a problem.
I feel like if Em could punch and break her grandfather's arm, she wouldn't do it.
She'd probably like suplex you into next week though.
Could you
It's
imagine
Hmm?
if instead of the party that we had right now that had been talking to the Spring Princess, it was Mag and Skeek and company?
Or the kobolds?
You're very pretty.
Oh, God.
She'd be like, what the fuck?
Snap! You just.
It's like, oh, wait, what the fuck do you mean we're,
She
we're
might
humans?
not
She
immediately
Thanos
kill
us.
Skeek.
She just turns us into a ladder and it's like,
Well, shit.
what?
I am smarter.
No, you're not. Where are my scales?
Grax is naked.
Why is my rifle now small?
What? Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss?
Imagine if Flynn had met the Spring Princess.
No.
Oh God.
He would have tried to steal her clothes.
Oh my god.
Hi, honey.
We all know that
That would have been the end of the game.
He would have tried to steal her clothes. And
No, that just would have been a different time that Flynn would have died.
Well, Grandpa,
Hmm.
if we're gonna do a big dumb family reunion, you might want to go find Uncle Ra.
Who?
Your son.
Sun God, Ra.
I'm not doing the bad father thing. I just forgot that one existed because he's new.
Yeah.
Like he didn't exist for a while. I had the one child, and suddenly there's a second one. I don't remember having. Because
I
it
don't know,
got
that
created.
sounds like a bad father thing.
No, because I've just kind of been
I
like,
know what you're saying, I'm making a joke.
it's
He's
her
the more
family.
responsible
It's her family. I'm
of
just
the
kind
two.
of attached to it
Between
somehow.
Kat and Raven, he's more responsible.
I named my son Ra.
Raven.
Then right, revenge. Haha.
No.
Or Raven?
No.
That too. It's probably off her
R-A
language, honestly.
apostrophe A-V-E-N.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
No,
Elvish for, like, Elvish script for spelling Raven.
That's not what I was going for when I
It might not even actually be that. Just making Raven look elvish, and then saying it's not actually Raven, but it's close enough. And the mother's just like, whatever. It sounds nice.
Whatever, I got to name the other
My
one.
friend Cecily loves those anime.
She's just like, you know what, fine.
like
I
good
I
ones.
get to name the other one.
I like good ones.
I haven't
Is he older?
watched any.
Yeah,
The
he's
only
older.
ones that I've experienced are secondhand from Shane.
A year.
And I
So-
haven't liked any of them.
I recommend that
I don't
time I
know.
got reincarnated as a
I don't
slime.
remember.
I didn't like that one.
Is he in the
But
woods
it's funny
or
as
the
shit.
cities?
I think we
don't-
established he's
I
probably
don't
somewhere in the
comedy.
Heartlands.
Oh.
Like,
So
like
here.
movies and stuff.
Yeah,
because
he's
it
close by.
designed to be
Oh,
funny.
he's in the
I'm usually not.
Heartlands.
Yeah, you and I
Oh,
discussed
fine.
this.
Go watch The Promised Neverland.
That's the
then.
Heartlands, right?
That's
That
probably
one's
where
good.
he'd be.
Up here.
That.
And not funny.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
horror
The
one.
Heartlands is this
horror
whole
one?
area.
Yeah.
So
horror
from this
anime.
river to the
But
mountains.
but this is
The
this
Promised
is the city of
Neverland.
Heartland.
Okay.
He'd probably be
Just to
somewhere-
make things fucking
on-
confusing.
He'd
Funimation.
probably be somewhere up there, even though he does more of the naturey things.
The
that
O makes
he
it sound
does,
like he's
but-
dead.
There's just events that have been going on that you guys.
Oh yeah,
have no
he's
idea
dead. The Heartlands are gone. Bye bye. The
Um,
orcs are here.
I have no son.
about. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Have any of you slept in a cave before?
Yes.
Yes, probably on my mercenary adventures.
I just love Tel's response to that. Absolutely.
He has.
I mean, I slept on a slave cart, didn't I?
Did you? Oh yeah, you did.
I mean, that is probably
I slept on a boat with
slept
two
in
awful-
shallower caves.
That's called a grave.
No. Caves go horizontal, graves go down.
Caves can also go down.
Yeah, I found that out. I took 5d6 fall damage or whatever.
Yeah.
By walking blindly into a mine shaft and going, hey, let's just jump.
Caves go down.
That wasn't a cave. That was more of a mine shaft. Oh, then again, we're talking about a mine shaft. I haven't slept in a mine shaft before.
Roomier, probably.
Probably.
And to get here, you guys had to fight mushroom people.
Hooray.
That's fine. I feel like roast mushroom.
I don't think we should eat those.
I'll fucking eat them.
So, Oberon City, Spider Queen,
Home.
that's the plan?
Plan.
I like this plan. My tongue feels thick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You missing the snake part already?
It's just weird.
Or just the missing the flicking of the tongue at people?
You know, if it being in one piece is the problem, that can be fixed.
Bifurcation.
Well, it's like thick though.
Wide.
That can also be fixed.
No.
Then stop complaining.
That's what knives are for.
No.
Knives and magic.
Maybe we'll bifurcate it later.
No, I do have something for that, yeah.
If Leak Lake knew more about our world, my immediate response was to say knives and porn, which was the name of a store somewhere. And guess what? They sold knives and porn.
All right.
I'm there for one of those things.
Knives?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be there for.
Was it just porn or like porn paraphernalia also?
I have no idea. I didn't go there. I was told about a store that was called Knives and Porn.
I mean, there was a
From
place.
a reliable source.
Oh, okay. I was like, you saw this store and you didn't go in?
There was a place in New Zealand where it was like the front was all general stuff, and then the back was what they called their adult stuff. But they also had all of their knives and a lot of their cool stuff back there. That just was called adult because it wasn't safe for children to use. So it was like, you know, you have to walk back there and there's porn, knife, something else.
I went to
Beer.
a family video in Bertrand, and they had a adult backroom section that had some of the funniest porn titles I've ever seen. Like Conflicula.
So, I'm going to pause you for just a second because at this point we're getting off track.
I know, but I needed to tell you about Conflicula.
I want to die now.
You end up with a knife shaped like a dick, says Chet.
If it cuts, it cuts.
I guess.
Penetration.
All right, so you guys continue along. It doesn't take 8 hours to get to Oberon City. It actually takes probably about an hour or so. And as the door opens up, the guards are not there. In fact, it doesn't look like anybody's in the city beyond the gates.
Weird.
The city is oddly quiet, except for the sound of a crowd in the distance. And that is where we're actually going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
Time to go.
I mean, I want to see what the crowd's doing.
Nope.
All right, so at this point, we're going to leave this open for some questions from the audience and, of course, from all of you. And Vox, I'm assuming you're taking off here.
Yeah.
So, because you have to drive back home.
I have to drive for an hour.
So, of course, my standard question to all of you: how did you enjoy tonight's session?
It was
That was
fun.
fun.
It was much world building. Much me and Vox looking at each other every time a demon or devil were brought up and going, is that your
I need to do digging, because we still have not decided which ancestors actually tells. We haven't figured that out yet.
Oh no, we knew. I just didn't tell you.
Fuck. God.
Yeah, he knows. He knows for both of us.
I did that on purpose because I didn't because
Damn
that's
it, Jake.
because that's something your characters wouldn't know.
Right.
And to kind of keep you guys in the same mindset, I wanted to
Right.
keep you guys sort of
Yeah.
in the dark.
That
Both
makes sense.
both Tell and Akane are
Or like, fuck.
is that your ancestral daddy that's causing trouble or mine?
Maybe neither.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
And the way you make that ancestor incredibly uncomfortable is to call them daddy.
Maybe they like it.
Question: was the city getting iced over
Tell
like
would
a
do
day
it.
after the other demon got released, just
Huh?
like a coincidence?
do it.
Then?
Tell would do it.
Tell would do it.
Tell would do it to Showdown.
Oh,
Hi, Daddy.
Hi,
Because
Dad.
that's why I thought it was the same thing. Because we released the dude in the Serpent Strip who was doing icy shit.
Yeah, I thought the general
So-
and the demon were the same thing.
no, they are not the same thing. Because you guys actually got hints about the general before the demon showed up.
Yeah.
The little ice goblin things that were filled with that you guys ended up fighting in the streets.
Yeah.
Before the demon even showed up.
Yeah.
That was from the general. The demon showing up more or less triggered an assault on the city.
He's like, I got my horse, I'm fine.
Yeah, Jade has a question. Was the city getting iced over like a day after the
Oh.
other demon?
That's what I
That's
said.
what
That
we
was the
were
question.
just talking about.
Okay, I was just making sure.
So what if one sword was named Thomas and the other one was
Oh.
named Tank and he wielded them like an engine?
The stupid the revving blades from Devil May Cry 4.
Oh my god, you're gonna
Oh,
make me play
They're
those
just
games
chain
eventually.
swords.
Can I get the inspiration dice?
No.
Guess we need to figure out Eldwin stuff, Jake.
Says Andrew.
Yes, we've been working on that. We've actually had a secret chat in the Discord where me and Andrew have been going back and forth. I am missing one.
You got mine.
Is it
Got
from...
Probably
Did you
the
have
nerd
Andrews?
is not here.
Yeah, probably from Andrews.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yes, we've actually been working on what Alduin's been doing behind the scenes, and you guys will find out more about what happened to
Got my
Alduin.
sigil back
And it's
after it was burned up. I'm excited.
For now,
Yeah, you can have it.
I'm gonna hang on to that
Yeah, that's fine.
just in case I need to use it, and well, you have it. I just felt like pulling it out because I'm like, oh hey, this is what this is for.
Just so Jake can write me a couple official letters from the order and be like, where the fuck are you? Shit's going down. Please respond.
Your forwarding address is in the Southern Spear.
I'm really enjoying,
I'm just imagining a line of frozen courier.
so is Nakane's gear fixed now?
Yes. Yeah.
I have 9
Yeah. We fixed it. I'm all fixed up.
Saving throw show is on parade when we go to that. Any other questions?
Yes.
Otherwise, yay, I'm a half elf again.
Yay!
A year later.
Yeah, no shit.
I didn't get quite as evil as I had hoped, but we were running out of opportunities for me to straight up murder somebody.
Yeah.
No, you straight up murdered several somebodies.
That was an accident.
Some floweries.
You could have let me kill
Have a
that.
good night, Fox.
That was
Yeah, you
manslaughter.
too.
I-
Well
that
done,
wasn't
everyone.
good. Yeah.
No, that was
We'll talk
manslaughter.
more about what's going on next week because there's some things that are.
Cool.
Oh wait, we already know what it is. Don't worry about coming next.
It was like she drive a
week.
car
Oh,
in
okay.
two school bus.
Too many people are going to be gone.
Yeah, next week is my mom's 50th birthday, so Nind and I will be not
Oh
here.
yes, so that is something to announce. Next week, me and Andrew will be streaming, playing some more Magic the Gathering because we're trying to focus on the tabletop aspect of things. We played Wednesday Magic the Gathering.
No, stop, everyone.
Bye, Vox.
Good night.
Taryn said I missed a lot because of work and power out, so not a lot of questions from
Oh,
me.
I've got a question. Where the fuck is this from? Because I've been playing with it the
Oh,
entire
that's
time.
the Dark Souls board game. It just got left out.
I guessed it was from Dark Souls. I've
Yeah.
been playing
Is
with
that
it.
the Mark of the Undead?
No.
Oh.
It's one of the amulets. I can't remember what it is.
Obviously,
Oh, it is.
if you guys have any more questions, like, and you get like Taryn, when you due to your power outages and stuff, and you get a chance because it will go up. The episode eventually, hopefully, this time will get put up
Yeah,
on
Jay.
YouTube. And you get a chance to like rewatch it. If you have any other questions, obviously shoot us a message on Discord.
Yes. Just in case
Yeah.
things go wrong. I actually have a plan. I need to set aside some time, but I actually have a plan of doing some recaps of our old, of the older arcs in much less time. That is in a more digestible form than reading 6 pages of dialogue.
That's fair. And yeah,
So-
no, if you've got questions for us, like, I, for example, have next to no life. So you can find me on the Discord all the time.
Just at him, otherwise he doesn't pay attention.
Or message me directly, that works too.
Yeah, DMs.
Yeah,
He
for
also
any of
notices.
us. I'm better at answering DMs than ads on
Like,
Discord.
if I get the little red dot that happens, then I find it.
Mhm.
Also, in the channels that I don't have muted, they make a ping, and I have to go through every single Discord channel I'm in to find which message that was.
I'm going to recommend people don't DM me because I get a lot of messages
They're busy.
already.
Sure.
I am always busy.
They're
but,
busy, I'm not, they are. You kind of.
But if you post it in the Tales from the Tavern channel on our Discord,
One of us will get to it.
yeah, one of us will get to it. If there's a specific question for me, at me in the Nerdopedia
I think they
Discord.
are, honey. I think they are taggable.
Yeah, you can just tag a
Mhm,
player.
Tails players.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
It's at Tails Players.
that'll tag everyone who's
Mm-hmm.
that comes to this table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think also Katie, but that's because I needed to set that role so we have a private chat that usually is
Did
just
you
for
need to
planning and
ever
boring
set
stuff. Huh?
You could have just added that to Nerdopedia
And for
staff
what's
could
for
see it.
dinner?
Yeah.
No, she's there so she can ask us what she's making for food.
But I mean,
Okay,
Nerdless staff could just
one
have
of-
access
somebody
to the channel.
outside the admins, if you could test that
Oh,
feature, we'd greatly appreciate it. If not, if
You
it doesn't
can-
work,
It's an easy tag fix. Like, we can check when we
Yes.
have, like,
Anyway,
after this is
so we are going to raid the saving throw show.
They're fun people. We raid them a lot. You guys might know what's going on with them
done. They
at this point.
throw saving shows.
They,
Yes.
They throw saving shows.
Yes, they throw saving shows. Life-saving shows.
but
Of saving
anyway,
throws.
thank you everyone for stopping by. And we won't see you next week, but hopefully the week after. So, have a good evening,
good
everyone.
night. Bye.
My phone decided to vibrate the hell out of that at the end. Oh, with someone adding us. Yeah, no, Taryn can add us. He just did, it worked.
She.
I just see the icon that looks like a dude for some reason. Mainly because it's so warped.
No, she's from Flight Rising.
No, I mean the face.
Honestly, that might not be anybody that Tiarn even knows.
I've just been seeing so many people using their actual face as their icon that I'm kind of, you know.
Are you happy with being done with being Harry Potter now?
I'm not Harry Potter anymore.